Next week, Mildred will be joining us.
You mean JT, right?
JT, sorry. Why did I say Mildred? Because I was looking at his fucking.
Yeah, I know. I think when we start something else like Dark Heresy or whatever, I think that's when I'll invite Melissa in because she was interested in joining us. But
yeah, because you know that this is gonna run for a while, right?
Yeah, and that's why I think what we're gonna do is we're gonna do stuff in between when we can, or we'll just alternate this every couple of weeks. We'll do a stream of a different RPG because I think that'll work. But we can discuss that even on air about how we want to do it whenever we start getting people in, because we got to talk for a little bit before people start showing up. All right, boom.
You're starting.
Starting. We should be live in just a second.
Fuck my life.
I'll need a link. Since I don't have Twitter anymore, throw a link up on Minds, would you?
Yeah, I already did. I'm gonna hit it in just a minute.
Can you what? Yes. We haven't quite started. But yeah, so one of the things I've been doing...
We are live now. We are live now.
While we're waiting for people, I'll explain some of the things I'm doing. Number one, I'm relearning how to use the Campaign Cartographer, which is a computer-aided drafting program that allows you to build cities, dungeons, land masses, geography. And I'm combining it with, I'm going to teach how to, number one, use Excel and Word to build a story Bible. And I'm going to go through and I'm going to start from the basics of, okay, how to build a campaign setting on the macro scale, on the big scale, where you start out with, in the beginning, to quote the Bible of Stern Jesus, in the beginning there was darkness and things lived in that darkness. And then God said, let there be light, banishing the creatures of the darkness. That's actually the beginning of the Bible that you guys have found, which is a significant deviation from what you're used to. But anyway, we're going to start there. And we're going to go to, once we've got enough history to create the solar system, so we know how many planets are in the solar system, because early peoples, do notice planetary bodies. I mean, like Mars and Venus, and I think it was either Saturn or Jupiter. A lot of ancients would identify them with the naked eye. So, you need to have your solar system up, and then how many moons. And I am going to recommend, it's always, there's 2 moons on this planet. Do you know what the fuck that does to your tides? It makes them crazy. But, go with 1 moon, why you want to use this, why you want to use a nickel iron core over a pure iron or a pure nickel or something even stranger. You don't want to have a God's head in there whirling around because it's going to cause massive earth tremors. So I'm going to go over all that, and I'm going to, each step, I'm going to do 20-minute videos, but I'm going to take it all the way to the point where we're done with the campaign setting, where we've got all the kingdoms, history, races, where the monsters are located, what old empires there were, all that shit.
Sounds interesting. I mean, there's a lot going on there. For those of you that don't know, we just started up, so welcome to the Ravenloft stream that we've been running for the past few weeks. We are just getting ourselves settled in. We'll be starting pretty soon. We're just giving a few minutes to let people filter on in. So we're just talking about a bunch of shit and the stuff that we're planning on doing with this channel. But go ahead and continue there, Raltz.
So, I'm going to cover everything from a lot of books. When you buy a splat book on elves, it spends more time talking about how wonderful elves are than talking about something a little important. And I'm sorry, anybody who's a DM and says that knowing the fertility cycle of elvish women and how long they can give birth and the distance in between their fertility periods, anybody who says that doesn't matter, yeah, just keep playing your downloaded or purchased campaign settings, because you really don't have an in-depth one, because you don't know how often that the elves reproduce, which means you don't know the doubling time of their civilization. And I am going to cover something. One of the things that irritates me to no end is you look at a lot of RPG systems that favor elves, and they're like, oh, elves live for 5,000 or 10,000 years. And if you look, they've always got low populations. Well, that naturally brings up that, they have a limited amount of eggs. So either these female elves are only fertile for 40 years out of a 10,000 year lifespan, or they're only fertile once in 100 years. And any race that has that low of a reproduction cycle facing off against not even orcs or goblins, off just humans, is going to be crushed. I don't care what kind of magic you have. Humans, if you piss them off bad enough, will act like fucking ants. And if you doubt that, look at what happened in Mogadishu in 1997. They will cut humans. If you fucking piss them off bad enough, humans don't give a shit about their own lives as long as they can die with the taste of the enemy's blood in their mouth. The elves would be wiped out in prehistory. So you need to sit down and go, elves reproduce at this amount of time. You need to cut down their lifespan to like 500 to 750 years. And even then, so either that or you got to get rid of elves entirely.
Take the Talismanta route?
Yeah. But you've really got to cut it down, because any race that only breeds once every 100 years is going to get crushed by the human race. Because in the time it take, if you knocked, say country, if the elves knock country all the way down to say 2,500 people, 100 years later, they have 300,000 people, and that is with an infant mortality rate of 13% and a surviving child per woman and birth period of only 4.5. If you go by that metrics, their population is 300,000. 300,000 from 2,500. So by the time the elves have the newest generation, and, it takes another 125 years for elves to grow to maturity. Well, now you're looking at, believe it or not, 3.5 million. The elves are done.
Damn, that's pretty crazy.
So, this is the kind of stuff I'm going to be bringing up, is real life doubling math, real life resource to value math, and it's going to be more than, I don't know about you, but I'm sick to death of campaign settings saying Cormyr hates oh god, what was the name of that keep? Zental Keep, because Zental Keep worships the dark god Cyric. And the only reason they don't attack is because they haven't gotten around to it. No, we're going to get into complex, we're going to get into actual, actual diplomacy. The fact that there's intermarriages, the fact that Central Keep's got more iron and doesn't have the open sea coast, blah, 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 blah. We're going to get into the big things when we're creating this setting, so that the players and thus their characters understand why everybody has to tolerate this. We're going to get into the big things and even then, why is it evil? So we're going to cover all this shit in the web series.
Yeah, I think it'll be an interesting series from what you're explaining, and I like the ideas that you come up with there and what you're talking about doing with it. Let's before we actually get into this, let us talk about what we plan on doing with the rest of the channel besides your web series, as well as just playing Ravenloft. This campaign is going to be running for quite some time. I can't say exactly how long it's going to be running, but we would like to stretch out every now and then and play other RPG titles on the channel, and I think we're going to strictly make this channel all about RPGs and tabletop gaming. Mildred said he was up to possibly running something like Dark Heresy so that we can do some Warhammer stuff, and I can run my my character I got churning in my head right now. My nice Adeptus Sororita, who is going to be Slaneshi.
If I'm doing that, then instead of using Dark Heresy, I'd probably use Black Crusade. One thing I will say when it comes to that whole thing is, because first off, I'm probably going to need you to make a few adjustments to the server Nurgle, so that I can use that spot to keep notes for everybody.
I got you.
Secondly, Now, there is a new Warhammer 40K and Warhammer Fantasy RPGs coming in the semi-near future. Since we're getting a 4th edition of Warhammer Fantasy by Cubicle 7, and we're getting a new game called Wrath and Glory by Ulysses North America. Those games are very high up on the list when they end up being released, but I can't say too much on them because the only thing I know about them is with Fantasy 4th edition is what the cover looks like, and it's a nice little nod to 1st edition. And for it was Wrath and Glory. For Wrath and Glory, the only thing that I know is that they're taking they're taking the eighth edition rules into account, and also that it's supposed to take place after the Gathering Storm event. Which I'm not sure how you felt about that thing.
The Gathering Storm, dude. I just watched Arch Warhammer's summary of the Gathering Storm 2 and 3 of the whole thing, and it felt like a forced. The way he described it, it felt like a forced move things forward, but we're not really gonna move things forward. It's like, fuck it, let's bring back a Primarch. And he'll just take over the role of ruling over the High Lords of Terror. We're done here.
I will freely admit that the idea of a divided Imperium is an interesting concept. That's what I will say that, because it seems to me that that's what they're trying to go with, once a more traditional Imperium that is being helmed by Dante. And then a different one called Imperium Secundus that's being run by
right now, what I'm trying to do is I've been watching a lot of Arch Warhammer stuff so I can kind of catch up on the new current fluff and lore that's been put out, because a lot of shit has changed since 8th edition, and I don't know shit about 8th edition of the game yet.
8th edition is the current one.
I haven't played any 8th edition. I haven't read the rulebook. I know nothing about it so far, so... I just don't know yet.
You've probably been exposed to his fanboyism when it comes to Skaven.
But when it comes to this stuff, though, that we got with Warhammer 40K now, with everything's coming out, once I catch up with it, I'm going to look more into it, because I am finding that I like a lot of new fluff. I wouldn't mind it if we decided to do anything Warhammer 40K RPG related. I wouldn't mind us even running anything Horse Heresy related. You know, because I think Horse Heresy is probably the coolest fucking storyline we can go with in the 40K universe. I think that's the better time of 40K, honestly. I don't like the current Grim Dark variant. I like the original. Ralts, as we got people piling in, and we're going to get started here in a few minutes, Destroyer was asking if you could explain the web series that you had come up with that you wanted to put out. One more time.
What it's going to be, again, for, this is the recording, and if you're listening to this later, enjoy this. It'll be a little bit more in-depth. I am going to take I've been DMing since 1983. I built multiple campaign settings. I've got a campaign setting that people still play in that was started in 1983. This setting has been around forever. And I was talking to my wife and a few other people, and they brought up the fact that why don't I take everything I've gathered up, which includes I've taken classes on how civilization spreads and how resources were utilized. I took 4 semesters of this. This is an amazing class that teaches you exactly why things are the way they are. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to go over how to build a campaign setting using the macro idea, as in you start from let there be light, where the gods came from and what pantheon they are, and how the universe was created, and then you move down to the solar system that the campaign setting is going to be on, so that you can identify how often comets come through, what planets can be seen with the naked eye, and decide whether your world is cold or hot, or whether it has an extreme variation, or it's got a pretty extreme variation to the axial tilt. Decide on the axial tilt of your planet, which I always recommend. RPG, if you want seasons, you need an axial tilt, or you need an elliptic orbit around the sun. And I'm going to go over all of this in the setting. And by the time this web series will be finished, if you followed along and did your own steps, you'll have your very own campaign setting with elves and dwarves and halflings that are different than pointy-eared humans, short humans, and short fat humans. They're going to have, their own thing, and it's going to be
Okay, I'm back.
Very much focused on creation, right down to monster mythos, where the monsters inhabit, where they came from. Are they remnants from when the gods first formed the world? Are they experimentation from the ancient empires? And I'm also going to go over something called the total systems collapse theory. If you've ever researched the Bronze Age empires, I can tell you right now why I'm saying this. Guess how long it took for the majority of the Bronze Age empires to collapse at the end. I'll tell you right now, you're going to be wrong. Because I looked into this and I read up on it, and they covered it in my civilizations class, and we were all flabbergasted over the fact that the Hittites, the Assyrians, the Sumerians, and all these other ancient Aeons
Don't forget the ghost worshippers.
Yeah, went from thriving civilizations with bureaucracies and governments and rule of law and canals and aqueducts and dams to gone. The majority of them were gone in 15 years. The rest of them were gone by the 100-year mark. Completely gone. There was like remnants here and there. And the total systems collapse says these are all the... It wasn't one factor that did it. It's a bunch of them. And the total systems collapse is the best because every campaign setting you pick up, the old empires collapse because of a magical disaster every time they use that. Well, I don't know about you, but I've been to places where the government has collapsed and there's been natural disasters. That's not enough to destroy, completely destroy the nation. The people will still maintain a semblance of their nation. But if you have a total systems collapse, they abandon their gods because their gods have obviously abandoned them. They abandon the laws, and they usually kill all the ruling class and the government workers because it's their fault. And then they have to leave. You have a dysphoria away from those areas. So we're going to cover this. And we're also going to cover such things as why orcs would have a civilization and wouldn't be out in the woods. Because we're going to take something that fantasy RPGs overlook all the time, and that is the sheer aggressiveness that took the human race, who has no claws, who have no fangs, and elevated them to the #1 predator, is our sheer aggressiveness. And we're actually going to cover that with, hey, humans are fucking rough, and these other fucking civilizations had to be rough too. They all had to either suck up to the humans or be able to meet them toe-to-toe. So the orcs had to build their kingdoms, or because they had to be able to refine iron. And, a lot of people think you refine iron by just breaking the rock up till you have the chunks of iron. You melt it real quick, bang on it for a minute. No. I have actually done iron working. I've done metal smithing back when my shoulders still worked, and that ain't how it goes. There's a difference between crap pig iron and high-grade iron alloys you need, including steel that you need for warfare. And if somebody's got steel and you don't, you're a speed bump.
If your ass is using pig iron and pewter as your fucking metal, man, there's something wrong with you.
Yeah, and you're pig iron.
There is one thing that I'd like you to that I'd like to see if you'd be able to tackle in the future when it comes to this series as kind of a side thing.
Yeah,
because this is something that's been in the back of my mind every time I've tried to work with this. I've never been able to figure it out to a level that's satisfactory, and that is how you would reasonably differentiate in a fantasy setting between magic and psionics.
Actually, I will cover that. I'm going to cover both ways. Both the magic is transparent to psionics, and magic is interlinked with, and magic is detectable and can interfere with one another. There's the transparency theory, which says that detect magic will not detect psionics, and detect psionics will not detect magic. There's the other theory that that detect magic will detect psionics and give off a different aura. I'm going to cover all kinds of things.
I get the feeling you'd have a fucking field day with with just taking down how a lot of fantasy works, completely shit on the martial types.
Oh,
absolutely.
I think he's gonna call some waves out there.
I'm gonna point out that Mr. Magic User bobbing along the fucking surface of the earth and shooting lightning bolts out his ass. He's all well and good, but if Magic was like that and was abused like that commonly, the first time somebody sneezed and glitter came out of their mouth, they would throw that motherfucker on a bonfire. So Magic would be pretty much extinct due to the genes being bred out. Because the way you see a lot of players act is, oh, I'm going to cast Overland Travel and just fly all day, and I'm going to fly out of range. All these games end up, unless you take steps, all these games end up to Mr. Magic User and the 3 other assholes, useless assholes. Mm-hmm. And I'm actually going to cover it and how to stop it. The other thing I'm going to cover is, with a Magic world, with Magic there, you're going to end up with different elements. I'm going to add stuff called Arcanium, Ethereum, Astrolite. I'm going to cover different gem. I'm going to sit down and explain how to bring up other gems with gem clarity, how the gems were formed. And, you know, an Astrolite, which is a black metal that glitters slightly and absorbs and retains magic. If the metal is what doped the crystalline structure and forged a gem, you actually end up with a bluish, light bluish gem that glows with a soft light and has a clarity of 0.2. I'm going to teach you how to deal with clarity. I'm going to teach you how to take gems for more than you find a ruby. I'm going to teach you the difference between cutting, you know, the various kinds of cuts. For example, in the medieval times, a rose cut was more expensive and more valued than a planar cut. I'm going to teach all of this in the web series. I'm going to talk about how why smiths in the magic cultures worship a smithing god, because the smithing god gives you prayers that you recite as you're heating the metal, as you're pounding the metal, that take up the amount of time that you need. Because the reason why those ancient smiths had those prayers, the ones with the best prayers and who recited them the best, did it for the correct amount of time. Because when you're taking raw pig iron and you press a little bit of carbon and a little bit of chromium dust in it, you start hammering it in, you've got about 60 to 90 seconds of hammering before you have to heat it back up again to keep impressing it. A guy who has a short night, who has a 75-second prayer that he does, that he can ritually do before he heats it again for the heating prayer and then goes back to pounding, his chromium steel is going to be far superior to some asshole that's going, LOL, I'm doing it right because a man's correcting me. All this stuff is going to be brought up, like how they kept time back in the day. How you would not believe how long ago somebody stuck a stick in the ground and marked where the sun was at various points in the day, and then figured out that it was 24 hours to a day. That shit was all the way back in the fucking Stone Age. With magic, especially since magic is timed, the duration of magic is timed, you would be able to quickly use spell. They would quickly have adapted to using spells to keep time. So we're going to cover all that, like the spell Light, which generates no heat, is no fire hazard. The continual light spells last like for days. Why that is such a disruption to the magic industry, and why if anybody who was not part of the Light Makers Guild dared cast a light spell for somebody for their home, the Lightbreakers Guild would first bring them to court, and if they did it again, would kill them. And the fact that it extends industry, and the fact that denim was invented in 1873 and could have been, and there are some very isolated instances of denim, because denim is simply a double warp thread over a single. Anyway, yeah, I know all this shit. And denim sometimes appears in Europe and China, very limited, because 1873 there was enough industrialization and enough mass transportation to spread denim everywhere. But are we ready?
Yeah, we're ready. We need to start, because I can also see that we have viewers dropping off because they're like, damn, this dude just keeps talking.
Yeah, okay.
So we need to get started. I'm going to go ahead and let you do the recap. I'm going to start the music.
All right.
And whenever you're ready, we'll go. So you ready?
Do the music. Do the music, baby.
Music has begun.
I was giving you time. I was waiting for you to be ready.
We'll go right ahead, Ralston. Roll
All
us
right.
on into this.
For our recap, we have 3 Templar Knights from an alternate history where the Templars were around during the time of Charlemagne. After Charlemagne's unification war of Christianity, these people began heading home. You have the warrior nun, Elga, who was raised in a nunnery and wields a crossbow. You have Siegfried, one of the knights, and he is one of the Templar warriors, an actual knight and son of a landed noble, as is Frederick, who is a former inquisitor, or worked with the inquisitors. Nobody's really sure which. Now, heading home, they got lost in the forest and ended up first finding an inn that was way too rich to be common to Charlemagne's era, and had been there for obviously generations. Worried that they really lost their way, they also found what was called pictures of stern Jesus. This is Jesus holding on to children very sternly and holding off the darkness and the mist from the children. They found a Bible. The Bible is very much different from the one they were used to, but they're convinced it's not heresy. They may be somewhere else. Then they came across the village of Adelheim, which mainly they'd heard about. It's full of swampies, and the man's wife's sister had a water-headed kid that constantly pees on the floor. So when they get there, they ride there at night. They were attacked by spiders with glowing nodules on their back. They managed to make it to a house where the man let them in. The next day, they went out. They helped some small children gather herbs. They saw in the distance a fortress. They asked about it, found out that the Templar Knights had succumbed to the wiles of a temptress, who then killed them all. Well, convinced them all to kill each other, and the last one she killed and pulled out his heart. According to the villagers caught her, threw on a bonfire. They went and explored the fort, and in the middle of the fort courtyard, a light erupted, and they saw a witch being burned at the stake. They failed their fear checks, and all broke. Elga went into a room. She explored it, found nothing of value. Siegfried ended up stopping by the gate and breathing heavily, while Frederick made it all the way to a path. They regrouped, came back, spent the night in an inn where Frederick picked up the slightly lonely and very voluptuously proportioned Rubenesque barmaid by the name of Morgana and went to bed with her. In the middle of the night, Elga was awoken to something tapping on her window and the inn dog in her room whining. When she tried to leave her room, the dog grabbed her nightgown, tried to keep her from leaving. She went and woke up Frederick first and got a very obvious view of the barmaid, which and I quote, "I could live without seeing that the rest of my life." Then they woke up Siegfried. They moved to the windows on either side of the door. They whipped back the curtains and saw the spider human hybrid that is scratching on the door. And one of them went, "Arbella, let me in, Arbella, I still love you." So they know they're capable of speech. And Frederick and Elga failed their fear checks, so right now they're just standing there in shock, staring at these two, and that is where we pick up. So, Siegfried, you were the only one that can act because you were the only one that passed that test. I do believe. Let me scroll back up and double check. Elga failed. Frederick failed. Siegfried made it on the fucking nose.
Yep. Skin of my teeth luck.
Siegfried, give me a perception check real quick, please.
Well, since you said please.
Siegfried is having troubles finding the perception check.
No, I am not having trouble finding the perception check. I'm having trouble with Roll20 loading my thing slowly. And that's not perception because of the fact that it moved my thing.
Yeah, that was definitely linguistics.
All right. Remember I had mentioned in the previous inn and this one, and in the night you spent at the house, out the corners of the windows were the symbols for Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John, the disciples of Jesus.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, the two windows that those spider human hybrids are scratching on, you can see those runes are illuminated with silverish fire. Every time that spider creature scrapes its talons on the glass, you can see those light up. And you can see sparks from the claws. So, round one. Choices there, Siegfried?
Do we need to do an initiative check of this one sort?
Sure, you guys can throw me initiative.
I didn't
That
know
way we can track the rounds.
Well, so far the only people who seem to have initiative in the turn order are myself and
I'm going dead last.
Stern Jesus may approve, but RN Jesus clearly doesn't. And okay then.
Reject 4 rounds. Okay. All right.
So I think
Elga, if you can hear us, we need a initiative from you also, because we haven't heard anything from you lately. Okay, there you are.
I'm fighting an allergy. I'm sorry.
do you want me to roll mine? Do you want me to roll mine again, Routes?
For initiative, yes, please.
All right, let me do that as soon as this damn thing loads.
Okay, I just realized something.
What?
I'm still in my night. Well, Helga's still in her nightgown. So.
Yes, she is. She is still in her nightgown, and the dog is bravely hiding under the table. He wants no part of this. Look at Siegfried go, boys and girls.
Holy
shit. Two-handed sword master is gonna go first, ladies and gentlemen.
I do have one important question, Nurgle.
What's up?
Who's on first?
Who's on first? Well, obviously, initiative is going to be you on first.
No, who's on first?
What do you mean?
Oh, Jesus.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
Stuart Jesus does not appreciate this joke.
No, I do not. I'm terrible when it comes to jokes. I'm probably about the least, like, one guy that can't get the jokes no matter what.
You've never heard that?
Yes, we've all heard that goddamn skit. Go.
Yeah. I am a dense son of a bitch.
Clearly. All right, I'm going to move right over here, and I'm going to take a defensive position because, now, I would like to try and roll perception to see if when they try and scratch at the window if it's harming them or not, or if it's just the runes reacting that I'm seeing the sparks from.
Go ahead.
All right. Let me dig that out. I got to switch tabs. Why is that thing extended? There we go.
Okay.
15.
You can tell that the runes flare every time they scrape at it. The sparks don't look like they're hurting them, but they're not leaving scratches on the window either.
Yep. Routes. That's kind of what I was hinting at when I had stated that. I just worded it terribly.
Okay, and on the door, you do see something. The door is a good, solid oaken door. At the corners, it's got iron scrollwork. You see at the corners the runes for Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John again flare up every couple seconds. They flare up, and you can also see on the iron banding those runes repeat.
All right, so it's those runes seem to be keeping them at bay. Maybe I should consider having those runes etched in my armor. Questions for later.
You're thinking out loud again.
All right,
Frederick, Helga, don't get too close to those windows.
What? I was just gonna give the guy a hug.
Okay.
All right, that's gonna be my turn.
Okay. Now, you two are just standing there in a horror staring at these spider things. You blew your horror check badly, ladies and gentlemen.
Never mind.
So, you notice that they are definitely overcome with the sheer horror of these spider things staring at them. The one in front of Elga does lunge against the window and begin chewing on it with a mouth full of... It's not human teeth. They're a little too jagged and a little too long. And you do see the one in front of Elga. You see spider mandibles come out of its mouth to claw against the glass, which, yeah, those runes really flare up. And it jerks back. So, that loops us back around to Siegfried again. And as you can see, I am keeping track of how long the two of you are under horror. Now, you're not even at the fleeing state. You're at the just stand there and stare. Which this will be roughly for 24 seconds for Frederick and roughly 36 seconds for Elga, which, as we've all seen from horror movies, is not outside the realms of just standing there staring at what you're looking. Siegfried, actually, hang on. There is somebody who does get a check, and that would be him.
Who's him?
Spider
Oh,
guy.
yay. Spider guy?
Oh, shit.
I just love how we're staring at these things like they like dumbfounded, like, what is this?
Now I can remember how to get this thing up on initiative bar. How do I get a token to pop up on initiative bar again?
Well, do you have the character sheet for the
No.
token?
No.
I think you can just go into the button on turn order and just add the thing manually.
Ugh. Hate doing
You know,
that.
in the same button that you go to in order to organize them, descending. Scroll down a little bit, and you should be able to see something to add it in manually.
Why do I have a feeling this thing is going to
Okay,
kick our ass?
that dog starts barking furiously and starts pulling on Elga's nightgown. Elga, give me a strength check,
Got it.
please, and we'll do a -4. We'll do a -4 on it because you're currently horrified. So, okay, Roof pulls Elga flat on her butt
High
and
roller
drags
right
her
here.
back to here. So far, by her nightgown.
Oh god, that fucking nightgown. I gotta change. That was a huge mistake. I ran out that room.
Frederick and Elga, give me another willpower check. Your DC is 15.
Gotcha.
Okay, hold on.
Because the loud thump made Frederick look.
Okay, wait, that's skills.
Ooh, Frederick doesn't quite get it. You went back to, you turned and started staring at the creature because it started chewing on the glass again.
Okay, hold on. Which one's willpower?
Do you guys
4?
think that maybe it's hungry?
But we're gonna move it from horror down to fear. You're considered shaken, which is a -2 on all rolls.
All right, shaken, not stirred. That works for
Yep.
me.
Give me a roll, Elga. Willpower.
Okay, I'm trying to find willpower. Hold on. Is it skills? Or
No.
Oh fuck my life.
Your willpower is a +2.
Yeah, I'm trying to
I
find
know
where
this.
to click. Range. No, that's not it. Shit. Ah, there we go. Defense. Okay.
Which the
Oh,
curtain
fuck.
does move back over. Elga, you fail bad enough, you're still horror struck.
Of course I am.
Although the dog is pulling you backwards. So, Siegfried, that's you.
It's all on you, Siegfried. No pressure.
Let's see. Is there anything I can do to try and help Helga get out of being horrified?
Good slap might work.
You might get slapped
Yes.
back.
Slap her right in the face.
I hate you
Roll
both.
me a die 20.
Just a straight die 20.
Well, yeah.
Nothing,
No,
nothing
give me a straight roll to hit. You're not trying to hurt her, but she will break. She is a trained warrior nun, so she will try to block the hit. But we'll see how close you get to her armor class. Well, she's armor class. She gets no dex bonus right now, so she's armor class 10. Actually, she's armor class 6 because she's she's sitting on her butt.
Oh,
And
all
she's
right.
only wearing a nightgown.
Don't help, Nurgle. Sorry.
All right. I am.
That's an
rolling to-
important piece of information here.
Yes.
Everybody
Roll.
else here put on their armor. Your ass just said, fuck it.
Give me the roll there, Siegfried.
All right. I am rolling to try and smack her upside the head.
I hate you.
All right. That's armor class 10 right there, baby.
Damn.
So, Elga, give me another willpower check and your DC is only 13 this time. Oh, for fuck's sake.
I hate this game.
This game loves you.
The dice gods hate you.
This thing definitely terrified her.
I'm shaken, not stirred. So does that mean I can move this round?
You can move this round.
All right. I'm going to take a defensive position and move right about here, and I'm going to look over at Siegfried. So, genius, what's the plan?
The plan is we maintain a defensive position. Those runes seem to keep them from getting in. So if we have to improvise a barricade, then so be it.
Well, how long do you think it's going to last if those runes are going to keep them at bay? Because honestly, they keep scratching and scraping at the door, and it looks like they're a little hungry since they're trying to eat the glass.
Well, you notice they've stopped chewing on the glass now that you're not in front of it. They also aren't as agitated as they were.
Well,
Go ahead.
It could be that the two lights that are on either side of the entryway to the inn are, because they're much brighter than the few candles that are on in here, are is turning the glass reflective in front of them.
Well, I was going to say, so do you think maybe those runes not only protect, but also kind of block their vision? It's seeing within the windows?
It's certainly a possibility. There's these sort of runes are something I haven't seen before, but when we were still in the war. So but we're seeing a lot of things we never saw back then. So it's certainly possible. But like I said, if that breaks, then we need that. If that breaks, we need to set up defense.
Alrighty then. I say we step back just a little bit more because we're still pretty close to them here.
Mm-hmm.
All right, now at the beginning of the round, Roof here pulls her back another 15 feet.
Of course he does.
I looked up. Fucking Mastiffs have a strength score of like 16.
God damn!
I know, right?
That's a strong ass dog.
That's the pet I want.
He's not a little dog. I mean, his back comes up to your bottom ribs.
Well, shit, I got a little puggle down here, and that thing is just nothing but a mean box of muscle. So I can imagine. Yeah. I can only imagine what a Mastiff is going to be like.
And you notice that he is definitely trying to pull Elga someplace safe.
I'm okay with that. Helga's totally okay with that.
Looks like it's just going to be you and me, Siegfried.
Just like old times.
She's still screaming.
Of course she is.
Oh, shut up back there.
I need another willpower check from you, Elga. Because you have failed 3 in a row. Holy shit.
God damn, Helga.
Are we sure the dice aren't loaded against her?
I want you to... Give me another 2 rolls real quick. Give me another 2 willpower rolls real quick.
Okay.
Just 2. One more.
Oh.
Okay. All right. So we know it's working with a die 20.
It just doesn't
but
like me.
Okay, I am going to put in your adjustments, and from here on out, there is going to be an adjustment to you. So sorry. Anyway.
Yeah, you sound real sorry.
I am.
You're gonna have to die soon. Sorry.
Okay, so that moves it to Siegfried.
All right.
Siegfried, I think you should back up just a little bit more.
What are you thinking that you thinking of improvising with some of the tables?
We can improvise with the tables, use them as somewhat of a ability of cover, trying to keep them away from us. But not only that, if right now we stand where we're standing now, they bust through that fucking door, those windows, they're gonna be on us like fucking shit on, or excuse me, like flies on shit.
Yeah, I'm moving
within seconds.
I'm moving back to about here, and I'm maintaining the guarded position.
All right, my turn.
Yep. I think I'm in.
Do you need any willpower roll or anything from me at all?
No, you made it.
Okay. I'm gonna move over towards Helga, try to grab her and pick her up and snap her out of it. So what do I need to do?
Just give me. She's not resisting, so you can snapping her out of it. All right, give me another willpower check, Roman.
This is so humiliating.
It happens to everybody, baby.
God damn it! The fuck?
Okay. Helga
Racist!
passes out.
Fucking God, I hate you. No looking at my tits
shit,
while I'm
you're
out.
Well, shit, you're useless tonight. In more ways than one.
I get that
Give me
a lot.
Roll me a die 6, Helga.
A die 6, okay. Okay, hold on. Oh, fuck, it's not letting me click.
Well, Siegfried, it looks like it's down to you, me, the two assholes outside, and a bottle of pills.
Okay, unless
And I'm all
otherwise
out of
woken
pill.
up, you are unconscious for 4 rounds.
Oh, my fucking God.
Holy shit.
I know. Obviously, she may have undiagnosed arachnophobia, or at least spider-human hybrid phobia.
You think?
Well, I don't know. I think maybe if I saw something like that in the real world, I'd be like, yeah, I think I'm going to get the fuck out of here now.
Oh, I totally would have fucked up. Draw a pistol and shoot through the glass. Yeah, that's a genius move.
Well,
Speaking of that,
there was that one time when I woke up while camping and I saw a bear about 25 feet away from me, and I was like, "Yeah, I am getting the fuck out of here."
Checking the chat there, Destroyer says, and here comes Baphomet to violate Helga.
Okay, the two of you that are able to react and do things, please give me a perception check.
Aye, aye.
So this is the top of the round. Roof has ran up suddenly and started barking.
All right, perception and 20.
Wow!
And he crits.
I hate you all so much.
Oh, I'm going to see some shit tonight.
Helga, get to the back of the line.
You two can hear screaming coming from the village. It sounds like a little girl.
Oh, shit. You hear what I hear, Siegfried?
Yep.
Looks like we're going to have to go outside. Want to join me?
Well, it's either I join you or I leave you alone to get ass fucked by those spiders.
Well, I'm not into ass fucking.
Exactly. And if I don't keep you in line, who will?
Well, first things first, I think one of us should at least put our friend Helga behind the bar here so that she doesn't freaking get eaten by spiders when we open this door.
Or you can put me in my room, where my gear is.
Yeah, well, that'll take too goddamn long.
That'll take 2 rounds.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm only into taking 1 round to get out that door to go save that kid.
Nobody likes him anyway.
I'll carry her in.
Okay.
All right. I'm going to take a...
You no longer have the shaken attribute. If you spend 2 rounds putting Helga in her room, on the floor, just... Oop, wow.
I was just going to stick her behind the bar.
That was a candle. I grabbed a candle for some reason.
Don't be grabbing the candles, man.
Oh, behind the bar? I thought you guys were going to put her in her room with her gear.
What do you want to do, Siegfried? Do you want to put her in the room, or do you want to just put her behind the bar?
Put her in her room, put her on her bed, and that's it.
Okay, we'll do that then.
Right.
Bless you.
No, I'm laughing. That's it. He's so specific. That's it. That's all I'm doing. I'm putting her on the bed, and that's it.
Yep.
What a gentleman.
And
a wise man.
And then coming back out.
You ready for
not
this?
Allowed to move. We'll go up to the door. On 3, we go in. Anything that moves, cut it. If it's still moving, cut it again and move on.
Sounds good to me. There's no telling how many of these bastards are out there. As far as we know, there's 2, 1 on each window.
Mm-hmm.
I'll take the one on the right. You take the one on the left.
I gotcha. Just
Okay.
like old times, huh?
Who is opening the door?
I think the idea was we were gonna go together on 3, unless it's a single door.
It's a single door.
It's a single door, so one of us is gonna have to turn the knob and open it. So you want to go? What do you say? Rock, paper, shotgun this shit.
Yeah.
How about we just roll a d6? Highest roll gets it.
Yeah. Let's go with.
Or no, roll a d3 because that's what rock, paper, shotgun.
Yeah.
Or rock, paper, scissors. Excuse me, not rock, paper, shotgun. Wow.
Yeah, that would have been my score if I were in this round. Because that's how it
Roll the d3. Got two.
Sorry.
Go again.
Just cut. Just whatever I roll. Just cut.
Oh
just,
shit, we're even. Damn.
Yep.
No.
2.
Okay, Frederick Loston gets to open the door.
Well, actually, I rolled a d3. You rolled a d6, man.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. That's because.
Roll a d3 because I was rock.
Oh, wait. You guys are even again.
Yes. Cut my nap, and yeah, we're even.
Last
So
time.
last
I'll roll
time.
first. Boom. Rolling a d3. 2.
You.
Again.
I lose.
Seat read lost.
All right, let's do it.
All right. Move over. I'm going to open it.
I'll just
move.
back up right about here.
Yep. All right. On
Let's
3,
go.
on 3, we cut whatever comes in, and we move like hell. Got it?
Aye.
1, 2, 3.
Alrighty then. So what do we go out now?
Yeah, I'm opening the door, and I move quick. I move quickly to try and hit the one that's on the left, because you said you were going for the right.
Yeah, I'll go for the right then. That's fine. Well, move your out, and I'll move mine out.
Nope.
Wait, we got to go in turn. That's right.
Well, there's also the fact that the door is still blocked.
Yes, I will open it in just a second. All right, so this will be top of the round. What the fuck?
Well, if you got to sort something, who's
I'm trying
gonna
to grab something.
Go ahead. I got to step away for just a quick minute. Holy shit! There's too many out there. I'll be right back.
All right, so it's top of the round.
Oh yes. God damn it! It is not letting me fucking grab. Anyway, so back to the GM overlay, and then objects and tokens. Okay, so top of the round. Give me a reflex check there. Oh, Frederick's not here, so we're going to say he's far enough back for him to get through. Holy shit, dog. That is a tackle.
So when I opened the door, he ran out and tackled one of them?
Yeah.
Holy shit!
That is a pushback. So Haroof is on the spider thing and biting. He has got it down.
Jesus.
That dog does not like these fucking things. The dog apparently likes Helga, though.
Yay.
Okay, that was Haroof. Siegfried will be next. So go, since the dog went charging out past everybody.
Yep.
He has got it on the ground.
That dog would make a great orc.
Yes. That dog's like, fuck you and your spinners.
I thought it was either gonna be that or fuck you and your eyebrows.
Or fuck you and your bone spurs.
All right, I'm
Fuck
back.
you
Sorry.
and your bone spurs.
You missed
Okay,
the
so
dog.
what's-
You missed the
what's going
dog
on?
tackling one of the things and having it down.
Oh no, shit! Is he still down?
The dog's not, but one of the spiders is.
Alrighty then. So what are we doing now? Whose turn is it now?
Holy shit, dog.
But he's got him down for 5
No,
rounds.
he did 5 hit points of damage.
Oh,
Damn,
and,
that dog.
and it's prone. That dog is not fucking around. See,
That's one
okay,
pissed
you
off
just
dog.
entered its. I get an attack of opportunity.
Who, me?
Against Siegfried. That's a back it. Armor class 12 probably does not back it, does it?
no.
Siegfried. Okay. Okay, that is a bruising blow against your armor. It obviously wasn't you expecting you to have armor underneath your surcoat. Because, I mean, it slammed one of its back. Remember I said they each had spider legs come out of their back, out of their sides and back? It slammed you with one of those pointed spider legs and then jiggled it and then pulled forward like it expected you to come with it. It's kind of got a surprised expression on its face.
And since
So,
I am not fucking around, I will be using power attack with my greatsword.
Let me see what I have on mine.
Go for it.
All right. 21.
That is a hit. Bad damage, though.
Bad damage, but a hit's a hit.
But that does crush it to the ground. It's a mixture of weird-looking yellow bio. Hang on a second. What? A mixture of odd-looking bilish yellow organs and slightly necrotic human organs spill out when you just crush it to the fucking ground.
Ew.
Well, that's a sight I didn't need. That's a sight I didn't need to see after eating.
I don't know about you, but it increases my appetite.
You would.
All right, so what's next? Is it my turn yet?
Yes, it is.
All right, so...
No, wait. It's Spider Things, actually.
Yeah.
So, Spider Thing 2 is going to try to attack the dog. Oops.
Nope.
Spider
I
Thing
messed that
2
up.
has fumbled.
If you look, I screwed up the command.
Yeah, you screwed it up. You just rolled a one.
Oh, shit. Goodbye, Poochie.
Okay, the dog does yelp, but then keeps up the attack.
Well, that's good.
Okay, Spider Thing 1. 1, 2, 3. That and his attack of opportunity, Siegfried.
All right.
Well, shit.
How's 12?
12 is barely a hit. And
So
once
he's-
again, he has had better days. That one crushes to the ground.
Mhm.
Spider 3 squeals and tries to get the dog off of him. That is... not with that.
No. God, no.
Dog doesn't seem to care. Helga, you can kindly hear weird screechings and Forgotten Country yelled, but you're not quite sure where you are. Spider 4 is dead.
Okay.
Frederick, go.
All right, well, then I'm going to move on up to the one that is... the dog is attacking. Or actually, no, let's see here. This one right here, he's just moved up on...
He is
Siegfried.
dead.
Okay,
Siegfried
so he's
had
dead.
attack of opportunity.
And this one is about to engage him, correct?
This one? That one's dead.
Okay, that one's dead. So both of them are dead.
Yes.
Yo, you couldn't wait till I got out here to save me any? What the fuck?
One of them tried to jump. One of them tried to jump me. You know how I react when somebody does that.
No, not really. Usually nobody gets to jump on you. I'm gonna go after the one that the dog's attacking. I'm gonna go ahead and try to swing at it. I'm gonna use my machete.
Okay.
Let's see here.
It's prone, so you've got a bonus to attack.
All right.
Of course he does.
25.
Whoa, that's a crit. Back it.
What was the damage of that machete? Was it?
Give me another attack roll.
First.
Get another attack roll.
Yeah, to see if you got a crit on it. Yes, you did.
All right, so I got to roll the damage now, right?
Yep. Critical damage, by the way.
Okay, so what do I do for critical damage on this thing?
Critical damage on a machete is doubled.
What's my machete damage? I'm trying to find all my stuff.
1d6. 1d6 plus strength.
Okay. Plus, what's my strength? 3. All right, that should work. Never fucking mind.
2d6 plus 6.
2d6 plus 6.
That was just you roll and then you multiply the result.
Oh no, I do 2d6 just in case. I let you roll each one separately just in case because I found that over time, on a statistical average, you actually do better with 2 dice.
Here, I'm just gonna roll the 2d6. God damn it!
Shit. Sorry.
I'm having hell.
Want me to roll it for you?
I think I got it. There he goes.
Damn.
2d6 plus 6.
Between you and the dog, he has seen better days as you chop his head off.
Ugh.
Give me
so what? That makes. What's up?
Chrome decided to fuck with me. I'm back in. I'm just
okay.
trying to get it all.
Top of the round, Elga. You are vaguely aware that you're in your room. Your vision is clearing. The last thing you remember was that thing in the window and the dog starting to bark. You can. Siegfried. Okay, and that's the dog Hoof. He's going to lunge at the spider that was attacking him and go for an overbearer, which is a CMD. It does not provoke an attack of opportunity for him. Get him, dog. Nope. Doesn't get him. Doesn't push him back. The spider thing nimbly hops. So, Siegfried, go.
All right. So, the two next to me, are they dead or are they still alive?
They're dead. Yeah, they're surrounded by a red square. We're going to use that to signify death.
I don't see a red square.
Oh, you guys don't?
We're not seeing red squares at all.
Oh, that is my mistake. I forgot to click something. I'm sorry about that. Tell me if you can see it now.
Now I can see it.
All right.
All right.
That is how I'm going to signify that something is dead or apparently dead.
All right. So the only one that's left is that one?
Yeah.
All right.
The screaming is coming from this way.
All right. First things first. Can I move over the dead, or is that gonna be counted as?
You can move over the dead. You guys were experienced at wading through the dead. Right. I will give you that. Years and in some cases decades of service in Charlemagne's army has made it so that stepping over the dead is not that big of a deal.
All right.
You see, I've got to admit, this is the most generous GM I've ever worked with.
Look at the odds I put you guys against too.
Yep. I'm going to go up against this. I'm going up against the one that isn't dead yet, and I'm going to have him eat the great sword.
He is going to slash at you. Armor class 14? I doubt it.
No, absolutely not. He probably tries to slash at me and hears a ding and is like, "What the fuck?"
Government shutdown.
Oh, I'll talk about that later. Let's keep going.
Let's keep going. We're having fun.
Yes, we're having fun.
All right. I am.
Oh, everybody said, "Well, keep playing. We're having fun."
Yes. I am. I'm not going to go with power attack. I'm just going to go with a straight greatsword attack.
Okay.
16.
That's a hit.
Your damage sucked.
My damage sucked, but I'm hit.
But it's still up. How the fuck did you do damage 6? And that's a 2 and a 5.
2d6 plus 3.
Okay, 1 and 2. So the dice on the table are wrong. You got a 1 and a 2. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So 6. It's still up, but it ain't happy about it. Spider 2. We're going to take the risk and flee straight up the fucking wall. That get both you and the dog an attack of opportunity.
All right. Let me roll that. 9.
You missed. Dog missed. So it scampers up on the roof and disappears.
God.
Elga, you woozily sit up. Cheek hurts. And Morgana, the Rubenesque barmaid, is helping you sit up, going, "Easy, mistress, easy, you fainted." She's trying to get you to drink a shot of whiskey.
I'll totally take that, thank you.
Totally take that.
I am so sick of spiders. Okay, what are we doing now? Am I going out there, or...?
It'll take you 2 full rounds to get your arm. Actually, 1 round because Morgana will help you.
Yeah. Okay, that's cool.
Okay, so you're going to spend this round taking the shot and putting on your armor.
I'm down with that.
All right. Frederick, what do you want to do?
Well, first of all, I think that I think I'm going to shut the door.
Okay.
I want to shut the door to the inn just in case it comes back. And I can still make more moves, can't I? Or am I stuck there doing that for this round?
Shut the door. You can still move up to 40 feet.
So it's up 4 squares now?
Yeah.
Okay.
Sorry, it's 20 feet. Sorry, not 40.
All right. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm gonna step up right about here. And I'm gonna call for the dog to come at me. Hey, boy. Let's go.
Oh, he is more than happy to run up next to you. Apparently, his cowardice is kind of gone.
Can't believe you let that one go, Siegfried.
All right, top of the round, dog runs over by you. Siegfried, go. Like I said, screaming is from this way.
He decided to run off.
Yeah, I noticed. And you let him go. I wouldn't have let him go.
Uh-huh.
I wouldn't have let him go.
It's pretty lofty.
Okay.
He didn't even move that fast.
Elga, go.
Okay.
You are... She brings her fist down on your shoulders to set your armor, pats you on the butt, and goes, "Go, mistress, go."
Okay. Let me see. How long does it take me to catch up with them?
At max move, you can get to the door and open it this round if you do double move. 1, 2... Actually, hang on. Let me check. 45, you can move 30 total double move. You can get to the door,
Awesome.
not open it.
I understand. If I could just get out of this room. There we go.
All right. Frederick.
All right.
Might want to stay together. If you move forward, you will be separated. Just letting you know. Being a little generous here.
Jew, should we move forward or should we wait for Helga, Frederick?
I don't know. That scream is pretty close. We need to get to that scream as soon as possible. I mean, there's no telling how long whoever's getting attacked is going to last.
Fuck those guys, you don't know that. Sorry.
Now, is this scream like the scream of a child? Scream
Yes.
of a woman? Okay.
It is the scream of a child.
God damn it.
I don't know. I'm really not sure I want to take chances. I mean, if you want to stand back and wait for Helga, I can move forward a little bit to at least recon it, but...
Let's all split up. That sounds like a good plan.
Recon it.
All right, I'll move forward just a little bit. I am just going to move to about here.
Also, why do I not see Frederick in the turn order?
You should. I see him.
I don't.
I don't even see me.
I don't see Frederick or Siegfried.
Weird.
The fog of war hasn't even lifted up for me.
I see Spider to... Oh wait, now I see the icon with no name. And the dog. And me.
Well, you could try moving the picture of the spider thing off to the right.
Well, that's actually on the stream itself. That's not actually on the screen.
Well, nobody can see the initiative order.
Okay, I will remove that anyway. I'm sure everybody got an idea what these fucking things look like by now.
Oh yeah.
Boom! Alrighty then, it's removed. There we go. So what do I see here? Because I can't even see anything. The fog of war has not lifted for me.
Considering you charged out into the mists with no light source, yeah. You can see mist. Your visibility is maybe the end of your arm.
Oh, shit.
Actually, I have to wonder. Those lamps, are they detachable?
Yes. Yes, they are.
In that case, I've got an idea.
I'm going to try to call for the dog to chase after my boys. See?
Yep.
Okay. Okay, that means at the beginning of the round, Roof does stand right here and bark. You can hear him. He's not that far away.
Okay.
You can tell he moved closer to you. Siegfried, Roof keeps looking over his shoulder and then barking into the fog. He keeps looking at you and then barking forward this way, the direction Frederick disappeared in. Siegfried, go.
All right. First thing I'm going to do is move up here and see if I can take off the.
Yes, you can. Okay, give me a second, and I will adjust your light and sight. It's light.
So, am I gonna have to carry? Am I gonna have to carry that thing with one hand, or can I attach it?
Yes, you are.
On my outfit.
You're gonna have to carry it.
All right. Which means I get.
Stories tripped me out in the chat, man.
Oh, Jesus.
No, god damn it. All right, and that being the case,
I may be a chaos god, but I'm not damning anything today.
Okay. Elga, your turn.
Oh, God. Okay, I'm just moving forward, right?
Opening the door and stepping through. I'll have to probably move the door for you, won't I?
thank you.
I'll keep trying. No, yeah, you're gonna do the door.
There you go.
Damn.
Which Morgana, the Rubenesque barmaid, does shut it and lock you, and then does a weird tap.
That whore!
Hang on, listen. She does a weird tap, which is very memorable and very easy to replicate.
Okay.
Hello, Helga. You feeling
And
better
you
now?
faintly hear good luck, and on that, since I was holding my action trying to decide, Odd, Siegfried, even Elga. It's even. Oh, it's odd. Siegfried, give me a reflex check. DC is 15.
Shit.
Actually, no, DC is 12. You're the fighter. Holy shit.
The gods of the dice are ever within his favor.
You knew for a second that son of a bitch was about to try something.
It's the one that got away, isn't it?
Yep, he comes leaping off the roof, going for you. Which you knew he was. You heard him back there. Give me a roll to hit.
Opportunity attack?
Yeah, a melee attack, and I will automatically clock in a bonus for you. No power attack, just a reflexive normal attack.
Ooh.
Oh, you whiff it. He came slightly from the left of where you thought he would.
Mm-hmm.
And Elga,
Yes.
When he lands, you can also get off a reflexive attack of opportunity with your crossbow, since that is your preferred and chosen weapon.
Okay.
Not like that, you aren't.
Oh God, I'm sorry. Wait, did I?
So
Yeah. Damn.
it is not Elga's night.
No, it is not.
Oh, the misogyny.
Frederick, you can hear the barking nearby.
Hey, there you are. I'm gonna go towards the direction of it.
The barking? Okay.
Yeah.
There he is. You see the roof right next to you?
Hey, Roof. So what's going on?
He is turned around and is barking back this way, the same menacing bark he had before. And at the top of the round, let's check here.
Who's a good dog?
25 feet is well within his movement attack range. Roof hates spider people.
Good dog.
Oh god, I know where this is going.
Okay, the attack of opportunity. The spider person misses. Roof comes barreling out of the fog, and he does start snapping at the spider thing, which screeches. And next round is Siegfried.
All right, and I think I'm going to go with a power attack. So let's go with that. Holy shit!
Wow.
Oh!
God damn!
Well, shit. Well, slap
He
me
is
silly
well
and
and
call me
truly-
Susie.
He is fucked. I have taught a spider long division.
Yes, you have. If you did power attack, you did drop the lamp on the grassy ground, but it didn't damage it.
Right? But I'm guessing that thing is cut clean in half.
Yeah. Confirm critical. No. Nope, you only got the 10 points because the critical did not confirm.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
But still, that is a shitload of damage.
Yep.
All right. Spider 2 is now dead in the water. Oops. Hey, stop that.
No.
Who's getting messaged on Steam?
Chris from Wattpad here. Damn, son. What's going on, Christian? How you doing?
What's up, Chris from Wattpad?
How you doing tonight, man? Welcome to the stream.
Oh, you took the risk and clicked the spider guy. Anyway, so those two are down, and, well, all four of them are down and dead. And Elga, I assume you're reloading, right?
Yes.
Okay. Anything you want to do aside from stand next to Siegfried?
I'm totally okay standing. Okay.
Elga, there is something about your cover crossbow that I looked up.
Oh,
You can hang the lantern from your crossbow.
cool. I will gladly take your lamp.
I pick up the lantern and hand it to her.
Yay, I'm useful and relevant again.
Here I am alone in the dark.
Why would you want to be that? That game had a horrible reboot.
We're not even going to talk about the movie.
No, we're not. I will do my best to not venture too far away, but we need to catch up with Frederick before he does something stupid.
Okay, normally you guys have a sight distance of 60 feet. Because of the fog and the reflective status of the fog, you guys are reduced to a 30-foot view distance maximum, and the lamp that would normally go out to 30 feet only goes out to 20 because of the fog. So, Frederick, I think they can kind of see you.
I'm going to stand here and just call out to them.
Okay.
So maybe I should have thought about this before I moved a little bit further in. Good to see you.
Guess who you see? He is happy to see you.
Who's your good boy?
This dog is getting a reward after this. So I'm going to stand here and wait for Helga and Siegfried to catch up, because obviously I can't see a damn thing.
Okay, you do hear a young boy yell, "Leave my sister alone."
Oh, God.
You guys might want to hurry up. I mean,
Okay.
there's something going on down there.
How far are we moving forward?
And now that you're a little bit away from the building, you can hear it is most definitely... Actually, give me it's definitely coming from this direction.
You want me to give you say you want us to give a perception?
No, never mind. It's if you guys can see the pulse, it's coming from that direction.
Okay.
All right, so Siegfried, go ahead and move.
All right.
Come on,
The
Siegfried.
mist is definitely swirling with shapes moving through it. You guys have seen the fog like this before when you were at the inn.
Good of you to join me.
All right, Elga, go. All right, Frederick, are you holding or scouting?
I'm scouting.
All right. Stay in the light.
So do I need to move over to the light?
You can if you want.
I'll just move up to about here. I think that's within the distance I can walk. Or I can run. I don't see anything yet.
No.
Alright. Then I guess that's I guess it's the next whose turn's next.
You guys want up? There you go. Hey, look. I'll get you up in just a second, Bubba.
All right. So, Hoof runs up next to Frederick and barks.
What is it, boy? What do you see?
He is pointing. He definitely is barking south. Whatever south is agitating him.
Come on, guys! I need your help here. I can't see through this shit.
Okay. Siegfried, go.
1, 2, 3.
And Elga, go. All right, like I said, this fog is definitely not for the faint of heart.
Helga, as much as I hate saying this, and since you're the ranged fighter and all, but I think maybe you're going to have to go forward. Otherwise, we're not going to see a damn thing and try to get to this scream no matter what is going on out there. I'd like to get there before whatever screaming is actually dead.
Okay, how many spaces do I
You guys can double move, remember?
I don't know how far I'm supposed to go up. How many did you say? 1, 2, 3. I don't know. I'm guessing.
Well, I think you get 4, and then I get 6, and last I remember.
Okay, that would be it then.
Yeah, you get 6. Siegfried gets 4. Frederick gets 6. Haruf has 6.
So in other words, we could run up to about 12 if we wanted to, and
Yeah.
she could run up to 8. Okay.
Yeah. Well, he could. Yeah. All right, Frederick. Go ahead and go when she's done moving.
I'm done.
All right. I'm gonna move on up now, up and to about here. I think that's what. How many spaces? 1, 2,
You can
3,
where to
5. It's about here. Yeah. Go next to left of Helga.
30 feet. Yep, onto the bridge. Okay, gotcha.
Oh, that's where I am.
Okay, Siegfried will be lagging a little bit behind because he can only. Well, I don't know if he's jogging and doing a double move, he can keep up with you guys.
Yeah. And I think that's what I'm going to be doing.
There is a reddish glow in the fog this way.
Which way?
Straight ahead.
Roll.
Straight ahead, and you do hear a man yell, "Emmett, get back in the house! It's too late!"
Oh shit!
And then you hear an adult woman's voice go, "You bastard!"
What the hell's going on?
Whatever it is, we need to keep moving forward.
Alrighty then. Helga,
Yes.
go forward as far as you can go. We'll follow right behind you.
Oh shit.
If you do a dead run, you can move up to, 24 squares. That's a dead run.
Run towards the sound and stop.
It's about 9, I think.
Now you can see it. Nice guess. Okay, you guys jogging after?
Yes.
I am.
Okay, each of you move forward. Your double moves, you can move up to 12. So yeah, 9. You'd be able to see it.
One,
All right.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Okay. Can you guys see ahead of you in the red glow or not?
I can see the red glow, and I can see that there's 3 things in it.
Okay. This is obviously Emmett. This is a boy who has a rake. This is a spider hybrid who most of the skin is sloughed off. And this is a little girl that it's holding in 4 of its arms.
Oh,
It's using 2 of its arms to defend himself against Emmett, who is just wailing away, screaming, "Put my sister down." You can see an adult man and woman looking out the window. The woman is currently pushing the man back and clawing at his face with his fingernails, screaming, "That is my daughter out there." The spider thing is wholly preoccupied with keeping Emmett from beating his ass with an iron rake. And you want to do? Would you like to do new initiatives?
Yeah.
gotcha. Let me roll.
I think I'll keep mine.
Oh, that was a lesson invitation and a full initiative.
Finally, shit.
And then she'll roll shit when she tries to. She'll try to shoot the spider hybrid and hit the girl.
I'll hit the girl. That's exactly what I was thinking, actually. God damn it.
Just a suggestion, Helga. I probably wouldn't fire at that thing unless you got a clear enough shot.
Wow,
I can do
roof,
this.
Jesus.
I can do this. I
Goddamn
totally see
dog,
this
man.
guy.
Look, this is not the time to be a hero, okay? Wait a minute. I
It's
take that back.
always time to be a hero.
Really.
You are not the hero they deserve.
I'm totally the
But
hero.
but she's the one they've got.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Oh, fuck my life.
Nope, you and him equal each other, so you two will be going first.
What do you mean equal? You got 21. She got 24.
Yeah.
Both of them have. If you look, both of them have. If you hover over, you can see that both of them have natural 20s. But she is going high. She has a +4 to initiative.
And you died out. Your mic died.
Oh, sorry.
Last thing I heard was she has a +4.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
How about
she has
now?
+4 initiative.
Can you hear me
And
now?
Oh, we heard you before. It just
Can you
cut
hear?
off for a second.
Okay. Okay, so yeah, you have +4 to initiative where the spider creature does not. You both rolled natural 20s. You get to go first.
Okay, Rage.
I'm gonna say he is not gonna get an AC bonus because you have caught him flat-footed. Because as I said, he's trying to defend himself from Emmett and Emmett's rake. Where that kid is in it to win it.
Yeah.
He is bleeding profusely from several cuts on his arms, but he does not seem to care. Him and his sister look remarkably alike and are pretty much the same age. So Elga, go. Whoa.
Damn.
Roll
Back,
your
bitches.
damage.
Okay, well, hold on.
With a loud thrum, Elga's heavy crossbow fires a bolt and hits the spider creature. Let's see how bad.
Okay, what's the roll for damage? I'm sorry.
Oh, Jesus, on one of those. I do believe it's a... Oh, let me pull out my players. Let me pull out my core rulebook
Holy
here.
shit! I forgot how much the. I know both my weapons are D6s.
Elga's does remarkable amount of piercing damage. I mean, it's basically thwack. But then she's big and strong enough she can cock that son of a bitch by hand, where other people have to use a crank. All right, that is a heavy crossbow. That is a die 10.
Okay.
Holy shit!
She thumped that thing.
What the fuck?
Not that well.
God damn it!
Definitely
And
thumped
now
that
I'm
thing.
back to basics. Okay.
No, you're back to. You have the same damage curse that I do.
All right, next up is the spider thing who slashes at the little boy again. Brave little boy.
Well, they ain't letting him back in, so.
All right. Sorry about your armor class, kid.
Oh shit.
Ooh.
Oh my god.
That kid's done. He's toast.
Okay, that was a serious hit to that boy's chest. He's not. He does start frothing bloody foam at the mouth, and he doesn't look like he cares. Oop, we left Roof behind.
Just put Roof up next to me.
All right, because he's going to do his very typical big dog attack,
Yay. The real hero of the story.
which is charge and attack. Ooh.
Oh yeah.
Jesus Christ, Roof is a badass.
Let's see. It does get a chance to attack him for an attack of opportunity. Not with that.
Nope.
Okay, it gets a contested strength check also. Okay, Haroof has it down on the ground. It drops the little girl. And he bites for 1d4 plus 2. Alright. Doesn't look like his bite's doing too well, but he's got it. He's got it and he ain't letting it go. He's got its legs. So, Frederick, it's
All
you,
right.
baby.
How many boxes I got here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm gonna charge up 5, and can I do like a charging attack against this thing to kind of just like stab it while it's on the ground?
Be better if you just ran up and then stabbed.
All right, we'll run up and do that then.
Yep,
We'll run up and stab.
All right. It's prone, so you get a plus. You get a bonus to attack. I really should dig out my GM screen, but I'm lazy.
All right, let me do the attack. Here goes melee.
Nice.
Bam! 24.
Back it up. Back it up.
Back it up.
Roll
Roll
do
to
another
confirm.
roll. Do another roll. Roll to confirm.
Roll to confirm. Okay.
Roll to confirm, baby. Roll to confirm.
Rolling another man.
Nope.
No. Okay, roll your standard damage.
It was +3 for me, right? Oh no, there's no +3, right?
Your plus your strength.
Okay, yeah, that's right. Okay, plus.
So 1d6 plus your strength.
9.
Prone. Wait. Okay. Give me another one. Actually, we forgot your prone bonus of +4, and that is enough to beat it. That is enough to match his armor class of 13. So give me another damage roll.
Okay, so roll d6 plus 3 plus what?
No, just do it again.
Just do a regular d6?
D6 plus 3.
Okay. 9.
Damn! You see your shot because between Emmett beating it in the face with the rake and Horf pulling it back by the leg, its legs open up, its side legs open up, and obviously trying to either go for the kid again or for the dog. And it's a perfect opportunity. You couldn't ask for better. You do the whole put your hand against the hilt and just cram it up underneath the chitin plates, and it screams, vomits up bile, blackish bile, and goes still. The woman in the house is still screaming at her husband, and the little girl falls on her butt. Siegfried, go.
Let me see how far I can go. Yeah, I can get there enough time. Doing a double move, ending it there. I see you earned your keep, Seek. I see you earned your keep, Frederick.
Of course. How could I let you kill more than me this time around?
All right, its light does flicker and go out. It had that creepy bioluminescence again.
Ooh.
Let's
So
try not to get any. Let's try not to get any on this again.
Okay, Emmett does on 4 smash it a few extra times with the rake before sitting down. Top of the round, Elga.
Okay. I'm gonna move. Okay, that's 5. And should I go for a melee or?
Hang tight
It's
for a
dead.
second. Hang tight for a second.
Okay.
OBS is having a fucking shit fit.
Uh-oh.
Hold on. Damn stream went out for some reason. And we're back. Okay.
All right,
continue.
we're back.
Okay.
Sorry about that, ladies and gentlemen. I don't know why, but OBS took a shit.
Okay, should I try and heal the little boy or?
All right, give me a healing check. And that's Elga at this time, nobody else. 19. You do first aid on him right now. He's got a near mortal wound. Give me another heal check. Holy shit, Elga.
I got it when it counts.
Well, all that training at the nunnery paid off because you know exactly what to do, which is punch a reed into this boy's chest and do crude stitches. The mother is screaming at the husband to open the... in the name of the true Eve, open the door before I cast you out like God cast Adam and that whore out of Eden. The girl is screaming for her brother. The brother's going, I did it.
Damn right he did.
He did go into a berserker rage, and that also helped save him because you gave him first aid before his temporary hit points ran out and stabilized him. You don't think that the father's going to open that door.
Okay.
This one has the red nodules on the back of its shoulders like the other spiders did. You give me a Siegfried and Frederick saw him really good. Both of you give me a wisdom check, please.
Wisdom check?
Yes.
Straight wisdom? All right.
Straight wisdom.
Nice.
Oh, very nice.
15.
You both recognize this thing. Remember the guy with the with the torches?
Yeah.
This is him.
Oh shit.
Give me willpower checks.
Okay.
Oh, and Blom, that little girl is holding on tight to your leg. Is holding on tight to your leg there, Frederick. All right, both of you do keep the horror from overwhelming you. The girl has buried her face in Frederick's surcoat. All right,
Okay, little one, it's
you
okay.
have got the boys stable.
We got this.
Elga,
Yes.
the woman is crying as the man drags her away from the window, saying there's nothing we can do. We can't open the door until dawn. Think of the baby.
I am going to walk up to that door.
Do it.
And I'm gonna bang on it, and I'm gonna yell as a holy night of the church. Open this door now!
Oh, give me an intimidation roll. I'm going to give you a +1 bonus for invoking knighthood and a +1 for the church.
Nice. So that'd be 16.
16 total. Oh, the man is very, very shakily opens the door.
All right.
He does not look thrilled about opening the door, and he does say, "I am a true son of the church," which his wife goes, "You better be, you bastard."
You better sleep with one
All
eye
right.
open.
Get this little girl inside, get this little boy inside, and let's get these people taken care of before we go back to our inn and try to get some rest tonight.
Elga, he is going to need constant monitoring.
Okay.
You're going to have to monitor him till daybreak if you want to even give him a chance of survival.
Okay. Oh, well, you moved me. Thank you.
Siegfried, get your ass in here!
I'll move you just... Okay.
Come on.
Roof, get inside.
Roof.
Now, she is very happy. The man is obviously embarrassed by his actions. It says, "Please don't think it cowardice."
Totally is, though.
Excuse me, your daughter and your son were out there in the front door getting attacked by a spider creature, and you decide that it's a good idea that I'm just going to stand here, lock the door, let my children die. What is matter with you?
We do have the baby to think of, and we did block off the door to their room.
What kind of father are you?
I didn't want to go into the fog. What would my wife and child do without me?
They could have always barred the door, and then the rest of you could have perished. But at least you tried to save your children instead of say, "Screw it, I'm just going to let them die." Go to your room, young man.
I'm gonna rule with that speech. He flees to the bedroom.
He's probably older than that. But
yes, he is. But he is holding his cross and murmuring litanies of well, not litanies, but pleas for forgiveness. The woman says, "Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I thought my daughter and son were doomed."
You're very welcome, man.
Gary.
One thing I don't put up with is watching the young die. I've seen too many.
The window's broken in their room, so we don't dare undo the room unless you would board it up.
That's fine. Morning comes, we'll board that son of a bitch up just for you.
Which she does blush at your language.
Excuse my language.
Elga, this is a perfectly serviceable table to put the boy on.
Get that child taken care of. Siegfried, stand by the windows. Make sure nothing comes near this door.
I gotcha. You already... And anything goes through those windows, you know what's going to happen.
All right.
I know damn well what's going to happen.
So you guys are going to stay awake.
Yes, we're going to stay awake. I know it's probably going to fatigue us, but...
Yes.
Unless we end up taking shifts.
I can't.
I'm a little wound up right now. Helga's got to watch the boy overnight, or this child's not going to survive.
No, I mean take shifts between the two of us.
If you want to try to get some sleep, so be it, but I can't right now. I got too much to look out for here.
So I guess you take first shift.
Honestly, I'll take the first shift until I get truly tired.
She does make up the fire, so it's nice and warm. Which roof lays down.
Ma'am, I appreciate your hospitality. Do you have a place that my good friend here could get some rest?
Well, no. I mean,
I don't need a proper bed. I just need something to lay on for a mite bit of time before it's my turn.
either one of the carpets. You could even roll up the edge of it if you wish.
Then that's what I'm going to do. I'm going right over here. Here, I'm rolling up the carpet a little bit, and I am laying down.
Alrighty then. Give me a perceptions check, Nurgle, if you would,
All right.
Frederick. You are there.
Gotcha.
All right. As near as you can tell, nothing bad is happening. Although it's hard to tell with that mist. It looks like there's things moving out there. But once in a while, you can hear something skitter on the roof. A couple times there's like somebody's tapping on the roof with a hammer, and it kind of moves from here to here, but then quits. Something does try to force the door right before you get off shift, but the chair does keep it from moving.
Are those runes on these windows and this door as well?
Yes.
And I take that there's no runes on the door that's blockaded right now.
Correct.
Can I try to go over there and etch these same runes into the door's panel?
Ooh, give me a... Let's check your skills real quick there, Frederick. What skills do you have, my friend? Craft armor. Craft armor includes etching. So give me a craft armor. I'm going to give you a -2 penalty because it's not... But you're trying to carve those runes into the iron straps.
Craft armor. Where am I going to find that in? Because it's not
skills.
Skills.
It should be.
I've got... It skips C altogether and goes straight to diplomacy and disabled device.
Give me a die 20 plus 2.
Okay.
Sorry, die 20 plus 3. I'm sorry, my mistake. Nope, plus 2. Yeah, it's plus 2.
Plus 2?
Yeah, sorry,
All
my
right.
program was fucking with me.
15.
All right, you finally complete the last rune, which is the mark of St. John, and you do hear a snapping noise and a hissing, chattering, and it stops thumping at the door.
Well, I had no idea that was going to work.
Remember the second rule of combat? If it's stupid, but it works, it's not stupid.
I'm just surprised it worked. I'm going to have to remember these runes. Everybody, before we need to make sure we write down these runes, because obviously this shit's going to work.
Elga's like, I'm busy. Elga's like, I'm busy.
Mm-hmm.
Elga, how's the child coming along?
Give me another heal check, Elga.
Okay.
Ow! Sorry. My table broke.
Wow.
Hell yeah.
Damn.
She's got the child resting comfortably, rolled on his side. She was able to withdraw the tube, the reed that the metal reed she pushed in his chest, and he's breathing a little rough, but he's not stirring around since she gave him a good dollop of whiskey and Orphan. Elga, in your professional opinion, probably he's got an excellent chance of making it as long as he stays in bed, sitting up.
Okay.
Okay, Siegfried, it comes time for your shift. Give me a perception check.
Alrighty.
Is the mother asleep right now with her daughter?
Yes.
Okay.
Ooh, nice.
All right. It's about... You notice that about 10 minutes before the fog started to clear, the skittering on the roof went away. And you watch the fog. Yeah, like your bio says, you spent years with the armies of Charlemagne marching through the marshes of Italy and France.
Mm-hmm.
You've never seen fog leave like this. It just thinned and vanished. It didn't slowly recede. It didn't slowly ebb. In the course of about 15 minutes, it just ebbed and vanished. And dawn doesn't come soon enough for you. So let me do a setting change real quick.
I'll be right back.
All right. Yeah, we're gonna probably have to take like a 5-minute breather here for a minute. And
Okay.
Yeah.
Why don't we take a 5-minute breather?
all right.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, you guys, whoever's on the chat, we'll chit chat for a little bit. If you guys in the chat want to have any questions or want to ask anything, go right ahead. We'll be back for just a couple minutes before we resume the game. So, bam.
Nice use of your nice rolls there. You know what? I hate to say it, but you might have flubbed the combat rolls, Elga, but you had the rolls when it counted. Because I was going to flat out kill that little boy. Because that little boy would have been dead.
Sorry, did I miss anything?
Oh, yeah, I was saying, you might have flubbed those rolls early in the game, but you got them when they counted because that boy was flat out dead if you hadn't have stabilized him. And that DC was high. But you stitched up the wounds on his arm and that wound to his chest.
Florence Nightingale in the house.
So when it mattered, you had it. I mean, 19, 24, and 24. Damn.
It's okay. In a little while, something will knock on the window. I'll have a heart attack and die. It all evens out.
Oh, did you read much about your character class when you had the chance there, champ? That's you.
You mean Templars or
Ranger.
not too much?
Okay, because there is a thing about Rangers that you should probably know.
Oh God, hit me.
Oh, no, it's not a bad thing. It's not a bad thing. For once.
Right.
And that is looking through Pathfinder Unchanged, which is what we're using. Is that where the Barbarian... Barbarian.
All right, I'm back.
Monk. Welcome back there. Okay, anyway, Rangers, the Ranger character class, has a neat little thing going on with it. That's feats. Sorry, the Pathfinder core book is like 400 pages thick.
Mm-hmm.
And I've got it sitting on my lap. Has something called Wild Empathy.
Oh.
Yeah, I noticed that on my skills.
Yes. Wild Empathy can improve the initial attitude of an animal. This ability functions just like a diplomacy check to improve the attitude of the person. The Ranger rolls a die 20, adds his Ranger level and his Charisma bonus to determine the Wild Empathy check result. Typical domestic animal is starting attitude of indifferent. Wild animals are usually unfriendly. The Ranger and the animal must be within 10 feet of each other under normal visibility. Takes 1 minute, but it might take more or less time. Now, I have been rolling it for Elga and Siegfried. No, sorry, Elga and Frederick.
Mm-hmm.
And Elga got 2 natural 20s during the course of the play so far. Would anybody care to guess who?
Let me guess. Roof?
And the cow.
And the cow.
And the cow?
And the cow.
You were leading up to something with that cow.
That cow.
The cow that kept following her around.
Yeah.
I like that cow. Huh?
That cow thinks that you're its best friend.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, man.
All right,
You've
I'm
got
back.
one so far, but it hasn't gotten out of the pen yet. There, Frederick. But what it is you didn't really have this ability before, but since coming into Ravenloft, which is some of these things are kicking on.
Ah.
What did I miss? I went.
Oh, I was explaining why the dog and the cow were following Elga around.
All
So,
right, then.
Well, as a I think both. Nurgle, what class did you end up picking?
I'm a ranger.
All right, you're a ranger.
Yeah, we're
I'm just
we're
thinking.
both rangers. I think you're a fighter, last I remember.
Yeah, I'm a fighter. And Helga, are you a ranger as well, or are you a
Yes.
rogue?
Ranger.
All right. I'm just saying the dog, Roof might end up being in that. Roof seems to be fitting the mold of animal companion.
well, she actually managed to. Oh, and it also likes Frederick because Frederick, I rolled. I got dice here on the table, and so I can make secret rolls because you guys knew coming into this, Ravenloft has a lot to do with secret rolls. So I don't
I did not
give
know
a
that.
fuck. I need 3 minute. You know what? Remind me later. Go fuck yourself. I don't care about your new updates. Look, I don't care about Little Miss New Boobs. Get the hell out of here. Anyway, so Roof is actually very well taken with the three of you
Yay.
because
All right.
now the next morning the woman does move the chair so that you can go in the room. The father is definitely more than a little embarrassed.
Well, he's on everybody's shit list now, so yeah.
Oh, yeah, he is. Yeah, there's being on a shit list, and then there's this guy.
You and me are gonna have words later, sir.
Which, yeah, he does flush.
Siegfried, how about we go out there and go fix this window for them?
Yeah, let's do that.
All right. So
what is up with
do we got to fix the window on the outside, or is it on the inside that we fix it in? And I think we have to board it up on the outside, right?
Board up on the outside, yeah.
And then we could board it up on the inside too.
You probably should.
Yes.
Okay. And then we have to etch those. Yeah. Okay.
Runes into it. Elga,
right.
you pretty much spend the time.
I'll see you outside, Siegfried.
Okay. Elga,
Whenever Raltz opens the door.
Yeah, I'm trying to get the damn thing to work. There it goes. Okay.
Well, I'll just say it basically. Me and I'll just take us out the building, and then just me and Siegfried can just say we're over there at the window, working.
Elga, you are in the exhausted condition.
I love her.
But you two are over here working on the window, and both of you catch something out of the corner of your eye.
Oh, shit.
Which is Carolus, who is the guy who lives here, and is also the innkeeper, by the way. Heading with a pillowcase full of stuff, not toward the inn, but down the trail.
Well, that's curious. This is the innkeeper that we were staying in?
Yeah. His wife is one of the women who works at the inn. The little girl will not leave her brother's side. The woman tells you, comes up and says, "I thank you so much for this. You're free to stay at my inn now, but you're free to stay there for free anytime you come by." You get this, I swear.
Now.
It's not an issue, man. We appreciate your hospitality, and we have no problem helping you and your family. Your husband, on the other hand, we'll talk about him later. However,
too ill of him. Those that enter the fists rarely return. And then, well, you saw.
Yes, but to condemn two young children to the mist, your son has more bravery in his spine than he does in his than your husband has in his dick. Excuse
That
my
makes her
language.
blush.
Now, ma'am, if you don't mind, we're going to go ahead and fix the window here for you, and then we'll have this patched up, and we'll meet you back at the inn here. I believe this dog belongs to you, correct?
Well, he's the inn dog. Some strangers left him a year or so ago.
Well, how much do you want for him?
Oh!
Well, if you like him, you can go ahead and take him with you.
I'm down with that.
Just don't let him eat cabbage or he farts.
Trust me, you don't want to be around me after a night of cabbage.
He does like it, too. He'll eat it straight out of the garden.
Wow.
Well, ma'am...
He's not kidding either. I've had to deal with it.
Well, miss, I would think that you should go tend to your children. We'll handle this window for you and talk to you shortly.
Thank you very much.
Me and Siegfried have to discuss a few things.
Mm-hmm.
All right, when she goes inside, Elga, she urges you to lay on the master bed and take a nap. Do you want me to move you there?
Yes, please.
Okay, the dog does come with you.
Well, me and Siegfried are working on this window here.
Who's
So-
Bobby's brave spider killer? You are.
So, Siegfried, you saw what I saw in the spider, right?
Yeah.
That was the guy that was lighting the torches.
Yeah, when we found him, he was dead as a doornail.
Well, not only was he dead as a doornail, but he was pretty fucking human at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
At least, I think he was human.
Let's see.
Something's not adding up here. We have giant spiders, we have spider hybrid creatures, and we so far can tell that they are formerly human turning into these things. What's causing it? The bite? The venom? What?
Give me wisdom rolls, both of you.
All right. Ugh.
God damn, I'm good.
Wow.
Oh, a 2. Shit.
There you go,
All right.
Siegfried.
Yes, I do.
Okay, there you go. And remember, the body was missing the next day.
The body was missing the next day? Okay.
Yes.
When I examined that body, I found an egg.
An egg?
Yeah.
So what? Is it a parasite, possibly?
I think so. I would imagine that something grabs onto those people and implants those eggs. Those eggs either hatch out of our victim or turn the victim into those things we so efficiently sliced to ribbons last night.
I think we should examine the child. He was struck by that creature. There's no telling.
He was, and I do, but at the same time, I don't want to risk reopening the wound to the point where he's not stabilized.
I just think we should at least look at the child. Maybe
Okay.
wait a little time, of course, but we need
We should consult with Helga. We should consult with Helga when it comes to this.
But I also don't want to inconvenience being in these people's home for too much longer. Don't alarm the mother, though. She doesn't need to worry at this time being until we find something.
Indeed.
Did you notice, though, the runes, when I etched it in, as soon as I etched it in, the rune was actually warding off whatever the hell was outside. What is it with these runes?
I can hear the runes vibrating as you speak.
Yeah, who's got a vibrating thing going down?
Or somebody's breathing heavily?
No, that's
No, that's a
vibrating.
vibration.
I don't have anything. What are you talking about?
It's an electric razor.
I'm not gonna ask what you're doing with it.
Oh no, my phone's ringing. Hang tight. I'll be right back.
Okay, Frederick, St. Thomas the Doubter, Siegfried. Oops, wrong one. I want to take a look at Siegfried's bio. Let's see. Alright. But, okay, Siegfried, you...
I'll be right back. I gotta go take care of something for the wife.
Okay, any idea on an ETA?
Give me like 3 minutes.
Oh, okay. So, Siegfried, you left because you felt the others were paying lip service, if you remember. This is proof that God exists to you. That both God and evil exist. What's happened to these people that they've turned into spider-human hybrids is proof of witchcraft and Satan. The fact that these runes work is the first proof of God you've ever seen in your life. I mean, yeah, everybody's like, oh, sunsets, oh, it was a miracle, we won that battle through the grace of God. That's all one thing. But seeing these runes actively light up with a pure silver light, and the way that even though it's just glass, those things hit like a freight train, still could not get through the glass even though they're thwacking at it and scratching at it. This is proof of the divine to you. I mean, you've been searching for proof of the divine and people who didn't give just lip service to God, according to your bio, all your life. And you think you might have found it.
Damn it!
That sneeze was so perfectly timed.
It's not funny, I'm sick.
That's not why I'm laughing.
I know,
But, yeah, and, you know, like I said, you looked for, you know, it said that you felt like others were giving lip service. You do know that, from what you've gathered from Frederick, that he was involved in some stuff that kind of kept your religion up, but you weren't sure if it was just drunken stories, you know, facing off against a ghost in the Paris catacombs, facing off against Satan worshippers in London. You thought maybe it was just exaggerated tales from an older gentleman, from an older man who drinks a bit.
Well, that in my lengthy history of the two of us smacking each other around because of the fact that arguments tend to happen.
Yep, but you're starting to think that maybe Frederick might not have been pulling your crank on the fact that he swears that the devil worshippers summoned up an inky black cloud that luckily the other.
All right, I'm back.
The other inquisitors were able to put away, and this tale that he gave you of a ghost might be true. Now, Frederick, you're from the Order of Thomas the Doubter.
Yeah.
And it's doubt everything. And for the first time in your life, I mean, yeah, you've seen cultists trying to raise demons, and you saw the cultists in London raise an inky black shadow. The ghost in the ghost in Paris definitely was a ghost, but neither one of them were really proof of, you know, could be explained away. You know, the ghost, you know, everybody knows apparitions exist. The inky black cloud could have been your eyes playing tricks on you from the braziers with all the incense fume. But this silver light that seems to infuse these people's representations of sigils of the saints, there's no doubt about this. But the question is it witchcraft? And if so, does it mean it's evil? That's the problem. Of course, you did thumb through the Bible. The passage where it says, "Suffer not a witch to live," it says, "Suffer not those who trek with evil witchcraft to live."
So, in other words, the Bible, this version of the Bible is actually giving those that practice good witchcraft
Right.
a pass as compared to. So they're actually discerning between what's good and what's evil witchcraft.
Yes, and to watch over witches who utilize the light of God and the blessing of the true Eve, to keep an eye on them, because they are susceptible to corruption by Satan, just as the second Eve, as Eve the Fallen was.
That's an interesting concept.
Which is interesting because you looked it up. You looked up the fall of man, curious, because everybody knows the story. Eve bit the apple and then convinced Adam to. Well, in this Bible, the snake tried to convince Eve to eat the apple. She went to Adam and asked, "Should we?" And the snake convinced the two of them to eat it.
Interesting.
So it's not all, it's not women, brought about the fall of man. It's these two idiots listened to the serpent. Oh, and the description of the serpent isn't quite like, it's not a little snake. It was a serpent with 3 jaws and 12 eyes and small wings and a barb on its tail that was illuminated by fire and left a trail of black fire behind it as it slithered.
Yeah, they are idiots. They ate food it gave them. I'm sorry. Some shit like that.
Wow.
I mean, absolute food. Nope.
Yeah, you want to eat this apple?
That's a whole lot of nope.
It's okay. I'll just starve.
I'll just die. Thanks anyway.
There'll be a whole lot of nope running into something like that. All right, so where are we here? I mean, what's going on? Are we?
You guys are done. You guys are done engraving the boards on both sides of the window.
I'm gonna go ahead and etch the sigils into the door, the windows.
Okay.
Or the boards. Do
I
I need to give a craft check for that, or do I just do it this time?
You can take 10 on that.
Okay.
Frederick, I have an idea I want you to consider.
What's that, Siegfried?
We've seen what happens when these runes are inscripted onto objects, and how these creatures cannot pass them. But I have to wonder, what would happen if we tried etching those runes on things of our own, such as our armor and our weapons?
That is an excellent question. As a matter of fact, I was just thinking that last night when I saw that I etched the runes in there and it stopped whatever the hell it was trying to get in the door. I would like to also talk back with that priest again to find out more about these spider critters, and I also want to know more about this mist that's going on. But I think that maybe perhaps we should take a little bit of time here to etch these things into our weapons and our armor.
Yeah, unfortunately, I don't think that I'm not entirely sure if there's any smithies around here.
Well, why don't we just ask the young lady that lives here?
Yeah, she's still here with her kids. Her sister, she of the Rubenesque proportions, came down to check if everything was all right.
Oh, Lord.
And then,
hey there, hey, you did.
And then agreed to stay. She'll run the inn and then stay with her sister at night.
Works for me.
Okay, what were you saying, Dad?
Nothing.
Okay.
All right. Well, we're gonna go back inside the building and back inside the house. Obviously, we're done etching stuff on there. And we'll just go back inside. Is the mother inside right now?
Yes.
All right. Then we're just gonna go back inside, or I'm gonna go back inside. I don't know about Siegfried.
Yeah, but you can't go back inside through the window.
I know it was an accident. I was trying to get it back in there, but it got hung on there when I was moving. Don't mind me. I always use the window.
Okay. You know, I would make the Batman joke, but you're not getting that. You're getting the Phantom instead.
So where's the mother at? She in her bedroom, or she asleep?
She is in here. She is in here with her children. Which the little girl is out back tending to the orchard.
All right, ma'am. The
She wakes up. She's like, "Oh," and looks around and kind of flushes. She's like, "What are you doing here?"
No.
That was bad. That was bad. Just come to tell you that obviously we fixed the window and the sigils have been completely nailed on there, or well, etched into the windows.
Thank you.
Is there a smithy in the town?
No.
Well then, do you know where the nearest smithy might be?
Nordheim, I believe, but that's like 4 days travel.
Jesus.
Stern Jesus.
All right. Stern Jesus.
Stern Jesus. Get it right.
Best Jesus. Well, that's not going to work. I guess we'll just have to make do until we can get to a smithy. Ma'am, I have to ask, what do you know about these spider creatures that have been wandering about?
They started attacking the village a fortnight ago. Before that, we'd never even seen such things. Several people's homes closer to the main road were broken into, and the people came up missing, and then, well, then the creatures started showing up. But I don't know much. Oh, wait. I am sorry. She goes, wait a minute. There's no smithy now, but the tools might still be there.
What happened?
It's by Marl and Lydia's house, out past the chapel.
All right.
Oh, and don't listen too much to the Reverend. He drinks a lot.
We
Or at
noticed.
least, well, and warn your friend Elga not to turn her back on him.
We know.
We know
Okay.
already. We are very much aware.
Well,
As
don't
well
be
as-
too hard on him. The spider, well, there was unpleasantness a year or so ago, and a man murdered his wife. Since then, he's taken to drink and gotten a bit handsy.
Hey, that may be the case, but that still doesn't excuse his crap behavior.
Well, I try not to judge. Judging is for St. Peter.
I'm not much of a judge myself, but as a knight of the Holy Church, I don't put up with nonsense.
Well, that much is definitely obvious.
Ma'am, once again, thank you for your hospitality. I hope your son comes along nicely. If you'd like, we can have Helga stay for a little while longer to maintain the child as she takes her nap.
Nice to volunteer me.
I and Siegfried, we shall head to the Reverend at least to find the tools to the smith. Maybe we could utilize them a little bit for ourselves.
All right, you guys remember how to get there?
Not really, but I think my dog just found a spider creature at the door. The wife is obviously home, so
Okay.
you guys give me if you want, you can go ahead and teleport us there.
No, that would be easy.
Then we can't get nearly killed by anything on the way, silly man.
Well, I was gonna have Helga stay here unless Helga wants to come along.
I can't believe you're just gonna volunteer me like I'm some kind of servant. Helga stays here. I will tell her later, don't worry.
You are a servant. You're a servant of the church.
You're a servant of the church, and you're taking care of the poor child that got wounded.
You're a faithful daughter of the church.
No, we already had that issue, Isha. All right. Excuse me, folks. I've got to step away for a minute.
All right. I guess he will. Do you guys need me to open the door again? No, the door's open.
Yeah, I'm just waiting for Nurgle to get back.
All right, Elga, you do wake up right as they're getting ready to leave. You check on the boy. Give me another heal check. Still nice. He's fairly stable. He'll probably sleep a lot. You do tell your mother to give him, 1 drop of this in juice when he wakes up so he goes back to sleep. And that he can't sleep laying down. Because those frothing chest wounds are ugly. But luckily, this kit, you got him to him immediately. He didn't have a whole sword shoved through him. No foreign objects were left in the wound, and you cleaned it, stitched it, and he's breathing fine.
So there's really nothing more to do here.
Yep. So I'll move you up by them. Ta-da!
I'm a real Templar.
I'm a real Templar. Hey, all those years in the nunnery. And it was nice to be able to save a child for a change instead of watching them get marched off to the church camps. Oh, wow, you've been using that heal skill a lot. Oh, the nice thing is, she did hand you a small jar of that root. Sorry, that bark.
Oh, yeah.
That you used to treat. So, when you offer to give it back, she does tell you to keep it. So if you want to, that means you've got about a dozen doses of that now.
Nice.
And since part of Ravenloft is temptation, with the respect and the deference you guys are given, that's easy temptation there.
Actually, well, I think I have an idea of something I'd like to try.
All right,
Given what you told me about the back of the Bible,
right.
I'm going to see if I can interpret some of the runes and sigils.
Like I said, a lot of them are according to saints and prophets, and especially during various times of their life. Like, you find a part where, chased by the armies of the god Pharaoh Ramses, Noah raised up his staff and parted the mist. There was a particular rune for that time, used to signify Moses leading everybody through the mist to safety, where they wandered the mist for 30 years, and then eventually, because they doubted, but eventually came out here.
This is giving me ideas.
So,
all right, I'm back. Ladies and gentlemen, I just want to announce today's Isha's birthday. She's
happy
old
birthday,
now.
Isha. Happy
Happy
birthday.
birthday.
They said
Happy
tits.
trip around the sun.
May your tits never sag and your ass never droop. She heard me, she'll murder me.
I'm sure she did. Anyway.
For a woman's birthday, that's good wishes right there, baby.
Oh, yeah, it is. All
and
right.
menopause go easy.
Well, I mean, we can...
Oh, you don't say that to me.
I say that to you every birthday, and you know damn well because I don't want to die.
Anyway, so let's, I guess let's get back into it. We were headed to the Reverend, right?
Yes. You do remember it's on the other side of the village.
Yeah, it's going to take hours to get there, god damn it. Come on, Siegfried. Let's go. We'll come back and get Helga in a little bit.
She's awakened with you. She checked the wound, said he's doing well.
Oh, okay. We'll come back in a little bit. Let's go talk to this guy and see if we have some smithing tools we can get our hands on for a little bit. I may not be a master craftsman, but I'm sure we can work out etching runes into our weaponry and armor.
Well, not to mention, you guys do wear the surcoats and tabards, with the big Templar cross on them.
Yeah, that too. Helga, what do you make of all this? We didn't get to hear your input.
Big-ass spiders, huge gaping wounds. That's... I mean, what else is there to say?
Well, somebody obviously didn't get enough fucking sleep last night.
You really want to go there?
Hey, we gave you a few hours to get some rest here. Hey, I've been awake all this time too, okay?
Helga,
Yes, dear.
when you were cleaning that boy's wound, did you see anything inside the wound that was unusual?
No. It was clean, it was empty, there were no splinters, there were no pieces of his claws. It was a pretty clean wound.
Come on in, Boogie.
That's a relief.
Morning.
Yeah.
That is a heavy relief.
Hello, Bessie. Who's a pretty cow? Oh, gotta go.
Look, you got your friends back again. Is the dog with us, by the way? Okay.
Yes. Oh God, the cow!
Okay.
You have
Helga,
such a
did
magnetic personality, Helga, to the fact that you acquire beef at every minute.
You are
No,
not.
that's you.
No,
Why do
bad
you
cow.
just-
I'll go leave that woman alone. Mm. Me?
Well, I don't know about you guys, but I want some damn answers going on around here because it's getting pretty damn sickening every time we go to bed at night. There's something at the windows, runes that keep things from walking into the buildings, and a weird mist that always seems to be watching us at all times. I don't know about you, but this is starting to get pretty
Can I keep it?
No, just
creepy.
give me a handful or two.
Yeah, I think I'd say that's an understatement at this point.
And then the weirdness of this Bible. I don't think I've ever come across a variant of the church like this before.
Oh, there you go.
Okay, which way was the church? Was it further south? No, wait, we're going the right way. We gotta keep going straight. Is it south?
Yes, it is straight south.
Okay. Everything is in like separate places around here. Who the hell designed this town?
Maybe it's the same people who designed the roads and Sydney, from what I've heard.
Trying to get this here. Okay, was this the...
Okay, you noticed that he lost his friend.
Yes.
That Frederick lost his friend.
Yes.
Can you get
Yeah,
the... I thought he was controlling the dog.
I am controlling the dog. I'm talking about the other
Cow.
friend. No, the chicken.
Oh, I didn't even notice the
I
chicken
didn't
was
see the
following
chicken.
me.
It was a chicken.
I didn't even notice the chicken was following me the whole time.
Yes. Frederick can be a cock sometimes, but there's no reason for that to be literal.
Let me start this. Start the music back over. Okay. All right. So, which way was the church? Are we still going across? Is it across the bridge here?
No, we go south.
All right. South. We keep going.
Mm-hmm.
Everything gets blocked off as we walk.
Which-
Obviously.
Oh, the pregnant woman waves to you from by the fountain.
Hey, the pregnant woman. Everybody remembers her.
And her husband who couldn't figure out what the right thing to get was.
Yep, he's a nice guy, but he ain't the sharpest tool in the shed. Because he waves.
Well, he's obviously better than the other one. Wonder if he's got a little bit more balls on him than that,
Frederick, do you want me to move you?
innkeeper. Yeah, go ahead and just move me. It's fine. Oh, what I wouldn't give for a little fast travel. Alright, so yeah, there we are at the church.
Mhm.
Go ahead, Siegfried, knock on the door.
Well, she said it was past the church, but before Marl and Lydia's house.
Past the church, but before Laurel and Lydia's house. Would that be... Should we go to the left here? Yeah.
Well, didn't we want to have a few words with the Reverend anyways?
Yeah, we should probably talk to him one more time.
All right.
I'd like to ask and see if he knows anything about the spider creature.
Give me who's going up to the door first?
I'm doing it.
Give me a perception check.
All right. $21.
Ooh. You can actually make out the words from inside. It's the preacher. He is saying Jesus and Eve will judge, and his mother Mary will judge you harshly, Carolus. You had to rely upon the kindness of strangers to save your son and daughter while you cowered within your house. When Jesus faced Legion, did he cower behind his wife Mary? Did he cower behind his mother Mary? Did he cower behind his father Joseph? No. He strode forth and seized the possessed woman by the face and commanded Legion to leave. You left your son and daughter to the mercies of the mist, and if it wasn't for the knights, they would be dead. Your wife was right in throwing you out. You may stay here, but only if you provide penance.
I'm about to knock, and then I overhear it, and I turn around, look towards Frederick, and Helga, and go, guys. I just have this bit of a shit-eating grin and say, he's in there.
Oh, this should be good. Go ahead.
I just went in a very bad place.
All right, I turn back around and.
All right. Wait there, Carolus, and veil your face, lest your cowardice be seen by others and judge our village.
Sorry.
Okay, yeah, you can see in there. Good. Okay, the priest answers the door and goes, Lord Knights, how can I help you this morning? Well, this afternoon.
Good afternoon, Reverend. We have a few matters of faith to discuss.
Oh, just a moment. It would be better. Well, in a moment. Can you give me a moment, please?
Yes.
All right, which she kind of motions for you to move off the steps. If you're listening, are you listening at the door again for the good, juicy gossip?
Yes. Do I have to roll perception again?
No. Don the hair shirt and hood and veil your face. Kneel in the water and pray that holy Joseph give you strength as he had strength to impregnate the Virgin Mary with God's Son. And pray that Jesus' visage does not turn from you. And with that, Carolus comes out the door. He's wearing a hair shirt and he's veiled. And he goes out and kneels in the swamp water in front of this rock and begins praying. Not very loudly, but definitely praying. And he puts his arms up on a stick, in the yoke position.
Mm-hmm.
He puts his arms up on a stick while he faces the rock. Which the priest then comes up and goes, please, please, come in. I'm sorry you had to be present for that. And thank Jesus and Joseph that you were here last night.
Yes, it was quite a fortunate event for us to be there in time. Otherwise, they would have been spider food.
Well, thanks to the grace of God.
Speaking of which is why we're here, I would like to ask you a few questions. What do you know about these creatures? As it seems to be that one of them, the one that we had killed last night, appears to actually have been once human.
Oh. You've confronted one.
Oh, we confronted about several.
Well, a few of the villagers have mentioned the past few nights that there were human shapes in the fog, and I bade them to curtain the windows and stay away from them. And to check the
shapes, all right.
But, I mean, the words of the Knights of the Church are worth much more than that of frightened villagers. Which he does reach out with a shaking hand and pick up the bottle and take a swig off of it and then offers it to you.
I'm good. I think I want to keep my senses a little bit sharper right now.
There have been people, whole families that have come up missing closer to the road.
Wasn't that where you talking about further further before we got to the village where we ran into the spider creatures, right?
Yes, that's what I'm talking about. Closer
Okay.
to the main road.
Yes, we came through that town. It looked like it was pretty much a ghost town. There was no one around. I don't even think we found much of but one body on the way here.
The other villagers said that they were carried away, but I mean, surely spiders wouldn't carry away full-grown men and women.
When I examined one of the bodies that we found on our way here, I found a small egg popped out of its carcass. I think whatever has been carrying away your villagers is using them to make more of whatever abominations we've had to confront. They looked like they were very humanoid in shape, but
some kind of demonic possession, perhaps?
No.
I'm not sure about it being demonic, but definitely something.
No, if it were mere possession, I doubt it would twist their form into something so grotesque. No, there's something more at work.
Demons are a little bit sneakier than that. These seem to be only focused on one thing: mate, feed, kill, repeat. Do you have any idea where the source of these creatures might be coming from?
No, maybe perhaps in the swamp, but usually we just have to deal with swamp boggles at the most. I mean...
Is there anyone else in this town that might know?
Perhaps Lum at the north end of the village. He often fishes out in the swamp. He may know. But he is a true son of the church, but he and his wife are not much one for small talk.
Regardless, it'd probably be worth to go speak with him. Would you say, Siegfried and Helga?
Yeah. Even if he's not one for small talk, it's not exactly like we're brimming with options. Lastly,
this mist. Do you know anything about this mist? It seems to roll in every night, and when the morning comes, it doesn't even dissipate slowly. It just rolls right out, as if it has a mind of its own, and it encompasses everything.
The mists are part of the original sin. When God cast Adam and Eve from Eden, he cast them into the mist to wander.
Well, that explains a few things. Do you know... Never mind. Secondly, the runes. These runes that we seem to see on the windows, the doors, everywhere, what can you tell me about them?
They are holy runes, of course.
Yes, as soon as I etched them into a door last night, whatever creature was trying to get into the house stopped suddenly.
Of course, evil cannot stand against this. When the runes of the saints are inscribed by a true believer, a true man of God, such as Knights of the Church of yourself, they repel evil.
Okay, before I continue, did any of our Bibles have the listing of these runes on them?
Your original Bibles are the ones you picked up here?
The ones that we picked up?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Okay.
Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John.
So
specifically the runes that signify when they were out we're out traipsing around the wilderness with Jesus.
Okay, so secondly, does these books have like a rune map telling us what these runes are and what they do when we were to etch them? Okay.
No, not what they do, but it does list basically who they belong to.
Okay, so we know who they belong to, and that's about it.
Who they belong to and what period of life.
Okay, that's what I wanted to know, because I wanted to know because we haven't really looked in the book to see if it was about these runes, to see if we had a map for like what they do. Got a question though there for you. Do you have a copy of like, say, a text that tells us exactly what these runes are used to ward off, what each rune's utilized for?
I am a simple village reverend. The old church used to have those, but it's been abandoned for decades. I could write to the priest in Nordheim, the members of the faith in Nordheim. Perhaps they can check the church records.
Perhaps our next visit after this, after we go talk to the swamp lady, or the swamp people, perhaps we will end up in Nordheim sooner or later to speak with them about the ruins. Until then, what we're also seeking is the old smithy's tools that may have been left behind.
Just a little bit. Well, nobody's seen the blacksmith in several days, and I fear the worst, even though he's not very far away.
Do you know where he was last seen at?
Home, but his home is boarded up.
Well,
but I assume he went hunting in the swamp, since I have heard from neither he nor his dog is further west down the trail.
Okay. Well, we're gonna head over towards that. I just wanted to ask you these few questions. Helga, Siegfried, you got any questions for the man?
No.
All right.
I think we've covered everything that we can here.
All right. Well, Reverend, take care of the poor cowardice bastard outside.
Of course.
Don't be too stern, Jesus, on him.
Well, if he would have had the bravery that Joseph had when commanded by God to impregnate his virgin bride in the presence of the archangels, perhaps his poor son would not have been out there facing that thing alone until you showed up, of course.
Very true.
We heard a scream and we came running.
Knights of the church do extend their blessing of steel to all who call out in times of need.
Look, excuse my language when I say this. I may be an asshole, but I do understand in the idea that not all of us have the bravery as everyone else. I can understand. Just don't be too harsh on him. He's already suffered enough. His son barely made it. His son barely made it out alive. His daughter is living well and fine. And unfortunately, he's lost his Zen and his wife at the same time. He's going to have a long time and a long road of healing to go. So please don't be too harsh on him. Anyway, let us go.
His son has an appropriate drive. If he makes a full recovery, I would like to ask you to send him to a house of a Templar order. He may find his real calling there.
Well, with a letter from you, if you wouldn't mind penning one tonight, his entrance would be surely assured. Say that 3 times fast.
that 3 times fast. I will take that into consideration, but I would ask that you only send that if he makes a full and complete recovery.
And make sure you send him with his best rake. Man's a mean bastard with that rake.
Very much so. God be with you, sir.
Is there a stick on the ground that could be similar to like a spider leg? Ralts?
No.
Outside where I'm at, is there any sticks or any like a tree near that I could pick up a stick with like that?
Out that dead tree, yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna pick up a stick from that dead tree. I'm gonna sneak up slowly behind this guy over the guy who's kneeling or whatever, and I'm going to try to scare him with the stick to make him think it's a spider.
You are the worst.
Frederick, whatever happened.
What? I gotta have a little fun sometimes.
Frederick, come here.
Worst.
Don't you dare!
Come here.
What?
Whatever happens in the next 5 minutes, I saw nothing.
I see you're all on my side. All right, so what do I got to do that? Can I got to roll?
Why don't you move up and get a good look at what's going on over there, champ?
All right.
Notice anything?
I can't believe I didn't make this joke, but so based on what he said, does Michael like to watch?
Yeah,
what is he
pretty
doing?
much. He is kneeling in the water with the veil on and trying desperately to ignore what's laying on the rock staring at him.
Is that a crocodile?
That's an alligator. That's a big-ass alligator. Just staring.
I'm going to tap this gentleman on the shoulder.
Oh.
With the alligator right in front of him?
Yes.
You're a horrible person.
I'm going to pull out my hand axe and I'm going to tap this guy on the shoulder. You do realize there's an alligator in front of you, right?
Yes.
Why
Which then he goes back to his prayers.
Why are you sitting here in front of him?
To prove my courage. That alligator's kind of eyeballing you.
Carry on. He's your fish food.
Wow.
What? Should I really kill the alligator, or should I just hand him the axe and see if he can do it?
He's obviously not going to attack the alligator.
Well, in that sense...
Oh, wow. Hang on a second. That's not good. I didn't see that it was that bad. Let me fix something real quick.
What's going on?
There we go. Now you should be able to see that alligator a little bit better.
Yeah, I can see him a whole lot better.
I didn't know that there were alligators in the forests of ancient Germany.
Well, we're in the swamp. I mean,
actually, Siegfried brings up a good point. You guys haven't seen alligators since, like, the Italian Moors.
Through stern Jesus, all things are possible.
There's
obviously. Well, I mean, with the fact that we've been running into spider creatures, giant spiders, and weird things floating around in the mist, as well as ghostly chicks getting burned at the stake, I would say it's a good possibility.
Of course, there's also the possibility that it would be incredibly cool for that alligator to just be a fake the whole time.
Give me a perception check, champ.
Who, me or
Siegfried? Order of St. Thomas.
10.
Okay. Looks pretty real to you.
I'm gonna poke it with a stick.
I'm gonna stick my thumb up his butt.
Are you sure you want to poke an alligator that's 10 feet long before the tail?
I can't believe you're bringing a stick to a gator fight.
Actually, I'm just going to pull out my weapons and I'm going to nudge this damn thing.
My fucking god.
Let's see how irritated it is.
Once you get a natural 20, I'll laugh.
Well, first off, Routes, is the thing's mouth open?
Slightly.
Dun, dun, dun.
Okay then, nuts to that.
It does look at you and shift a little bit and thrash its tail and then go back to staring at Carolus.
So, Mr. Carolus.
You know you're bugging this guy while he's doing his penitence prayers, right?
Oh, I understand, but he doesn't seem to realize that there's a gator staring right at him.
No, he said he's got to pray.
You know, I may be a holy knight of the church, but I'm also not an idiot. Stand up.
Which he does shake his head.
Now take this axe and kindly bury it deep in the skull of this thing.
Reminder again there, church night. You're bothering a man doing his penitence prayers for cowardice.
Oh, I understand that. I'm going to make him face his...
Who is staring at an alligator that obviously came up out of the swamp and is sitting on this rock. He was told he had to prove his courage. Now think about it from a knight of the church point of view.
I'm gonna make him prove his courage by shoving his axe handle.
Even if you gave him that axe, that alligator is going to eat him for lunch, dude.
You think I'm gonna let that happen to him?
I don't know. I'm in the. Let's see. In the waist deep water that you're in. Think about this. You're in the waist deep water there, champ. Okay, when the DM tries to talk you out of doing something.
All right, I got you.
When the DM says, "Are you sure?" You'd better listen.
Because fighting a alligator in waist deep water when you're wearing metal armor with a stick.
I was gonna fuck with the guy until I found this out. Damn.
A stick.
Fine. I'll leave the man be, but if I find out he became lunch later, I'm gonna be upset.
I'm never gonna let you live this down. A stick.
What's wrong with poking it with a stick? It's better than sticking my thumb up its ass.
It's a stick.
Let's carry on. I got shit to do. Plus, we got to get back to the inn before it gets dark again. I really don't feel like being stuck out here. We're dealing with more spider critters.
And somehow I'm the scary one.
You are the scary one. You're also the ugliest one out of the group. See, I never actually thought about that out of character. I never thought about the idea of okay, it's just a gator. I keep thinking a gator's not that big of an issue. Considering all the other shit we've been facing.
Yeah, until you start realizing you're waist deep in the water. The gator's natural habitat. And he's 10 feet long before his tail.
That's not a normal size for a gator. Okay, this must be the, is this the blacksmith's house?
Could be.
What the hell happened here? Siegfried, get your ass up here. Go inside that house, find out what's in there, and tell me tell me if there's anything in there.
I'm rolling perception first.
You realize I didn't mean for you to actually go in the house, right?
Fuck!
What do you see?
I don't see shit.
Oh, good God. Get out of the way.
He's staring at the rather buxom woman heading toward you all.
Of course.
Is what he's paying attention to.
I'm going to try to look inside this house.
God damn it.
Which
God
she
damn
does
it, I'm
stop
hurt.
right here and curtsy. And then waits for Elga to thank you. Says thank you that you moved off the path and keeps walking.
God
What the hell
damn it,
was that?
Siegfried, I'm turning into you.
All right.
Sorry, Frederick, I'm turning into you.
That is a dead dog.
That is a very dead dog.
Yes.
Is anything else we see inside there?
Oh, hang on a second.
Let me see
You can see the anvil right here.
Mm-hmm.
You can see the smelting fire right here and the furnace here. Frederick, you can see right here there's a tanning.
A what?
A stretcher for hides so that you can do tanning.
Oh, okay.
And this building is stone. The open and the door has the correct runes, but it's open.
Well, this is a rather unfortunate turn of events. I say we all go in together.
Yep.
No telling what might be hiding in this room.
All right, let's go.
I'm going right here.
Oops. Let's see. I'm going to check in there and got a body over here.
Give me a perception check, Siegfried. See if you notice something rather interesting. Since you're right there.
15.
Welcome to the stream, teacup or porcelain, whatever. Cracked teacup. That's what we go with. Good to see you again.
Welcome. Hey.
Yay.
All
What you
right,
got,
did you get that,
Siegfried?
Siegfried?
Let's see a few stats.
Elga, give me a heal check, please.
Okay.
Actually, a perception, then a heal check.
Heal check.
Yes.
Finally, shit.
Wow.
Okay.
Definitely, I want to heal. Definitely, I want a heal check.
He's dead, Jim.
Ralph, refresh my memory. What is gingham?
Cloth. Old West cotton cloth,
Those little
dyed in a
checkered-
certain pattern,
Yeah.
like they used to wear in the Old West.
And when you say what was soaked with it, are we just talking just normal red stuff, or are we talking or is there something else there?
Blackish. But it's dried, so it's hard to tell.
I'm gonna move in and see if I can get a closer look at the body, so I can see if it was just a good old fashioned murder or if it's something else.
On the dog, Elga. Okay, Secret, give me a perception.
Oh.
16.
I'm
You
gonna
got
walk
heal?
over to this corner. See what's back in this corner. If there's anything in there.
Yes, just a second.
Heal?
Yeah.
Nice.
All right. So what we got?
Well, right now what we have is a dog that seems to have no kidneys or liver or anything in here. I mean, look, it's just gone.
I'm gonna kneel up right next to
Hang
kneel
on.
up right next to Helga.
Okay.
Well, that's interesting. Let me
Oh,
take a look.
Back here, you saw stacks of iron ingots,
Okay.
some carbon, a couple, what looks like a pot of manganese, charcoal, coal, some copper bars, some tin bars. Basically, what you need to run a good
Blacksmithing
smithy.
supplies.
Mm-hmm.
All right. I'm gonna see if I can take a closer look at. Well, there's probably no points, since she rolled a 19 anyway. She rolled like damn near a natural 20 here. So I'm gonna go check on Siegfried. What you got, Siegfried?
Well, he's dead, obviously, and he's missing pieces,
What pieces?
organs. Some of them are completely gone, whereas others are just others are just a paste.
What the hell ran into this guy? Do you think the spider hybrids did this?
The spiders don't strike me as something so precise as to take out organs. Like you said, it seems that their MO is mate, feed, kill, repeat.
Yeah, you got a good point. Well,
I think we're dealing with something else.
I'm gonna assume this is the blacksmith itself. All right.
He seems to be built like one. I would say yes.
So we got a guy here missing organs. Do you know which organs you can see that are missing?
I felt that I felt a bit of a indent where there shouldn't be when it came to his heart. So I think some of the upper organs might be missing. The other parts, it was like trying to push on a pillow of flesh. More like there was the muscle was giving way a little bit too easily.
Excuse me, Siegfried. You see that? You got that, Ralts?
I got a perception check. That's it.
I'm looking at the bed that you just mentioned to me.
All right.
Okay. Well, we know it wasn't a break-in. So obviously, whoever killed these guys, I mean, the guy and the dog, I mean, obviously it was somebody he knew, or did he see as a threat?
Well, it looks like they caught him in bed because the bed covers are turned down rather hurriedly.
Who's doing that tapping?
That's me. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Who's that rapping at my chamber door?
Quote the server, 404.
What do you make of it?
Okay, so if he was in bed, who opened the door?
That's a good question of all questions to ask.
Well, there's a bonnet on the...
I don't... Helga, I do not think this was caused by our eight-legged friends.
No.
This is way too precise. I'm thinking it certainly wasn't human, but it certainly was not the creatures that we encountered last night.
No, the damage is different, but we have somebody missing here. Where's the woman that owns this bonnet?
Well,
hold on to that bonnet. Hold on to that bonnet. Maybe we'd have a chance of asking the woman who runs the inn.
well, just wait a second. I'm gonna let me check something here. Ralts, I'm gonna go ahead and pull up the cover and reveal the lady's shoe to everybody. It would seem to be kicked under the bed.
Yeah.
This looks like our friend here had a lovely little visitor. And it doesn't seem like it was possibly completely human.
Hi, Ruth.
What do you... Look. I'm going to show them the shoe and everything. It's a shoe that was... it's covered with blackish ichor. Or ichor. It seems that... let's see if this turned down.
He's not supposed to be right in the fucking doorway.
Well, what are you thinking?
Oh, no, I'm talking to myself. Yeah, the dog was not supposed to be right in the
do-
fucking doorway. He's supposed to be over to the side. Sorry.
Let's just see. From looking at...
Praise Lilith! It's rising! No.
Yeah.
From looking closer at these bed sheets, it looks like somebody was more in a hurry to get into bed than they were to get out this time.
Hi, Lady Knight.
Oh. Hello there.
That's the woman that walked by earlier. She's just waving and she just stopped to pet Ruth.
Honestly, I wasn't sure if I was supposed to see her or not because I see her coming
Yeah.
toward with this thing in her hand. I'm thinking, oh shit, we're all gonna die.
So, what do you think, Siegfried?
You're saying that they were in a hurry to get into bed.
Look, what I'm trying to say here is it looks like the blacksmith made a nice little lady friend, was getting ready to hop into bed, and lady friend obviously wasn't exactly what she was revealed to be.
So maybe
Either that or she may have been human and killed this man, but it's a little strange. The shoe is covered in black ichor.
Either it's dried blood or we're dealing with a different sort of monster. One that's probably straight out of your... One that's probably giving you some really bad flashbacks to that time in Italy.
Maybe just a few, yeah. Dried blood, maybe.
I don't think
I
it's
was
dry blood though. If we've all seen dry blood, you wouldn't be this concerned if it was
Dry
just.
blood is a little bit browner of a color here. This is black.
Yeah.
where do? Yeah, where do?
You said it right
I'd
as I
say we're.
hit enter.
I'd say
What?
I'd say we're dealing, especially with what's left of his face. We're dealing with a different sort of monster than we had last night.
All right, well, let's
And
prepare. Let's properly prepare these individuals, especially this man right here. Report him to the priest, so that he can properly be buried and examined by a coroner. Is there a coroner in this town?
No.
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 Well, let's report this to the priest so that he can properly have this man buried and give him his proper last rites. But we should look around this room for anything else suspicious.
Perception checks.
Yeah, I'm gonna take some perception checks for this room.
although
Alright.
it is curious. What? I'm guessing that they. I wonder why they would also kill off the dog.
He might have been trying to defend his master.
No witnesses.
There.
I almost said that actually. Well, as Helga said, dog probably tried to defend its master and unfortunately caught the short end of the stick. But it's also a little odd. He's missing organs. The dog's missing organs. Something obviously wanted organs.
Wait a minute. Wait just a minute. I remember something. Do you remember the story about that keep?
I'm gonna kneel down and pick that up, Ralts, and take a gander inside of it
Okay.
while they're discussing.
I assume at the end, right?
What?
Not like the middle. You're toward the end.
Yeah.
Frederick, do you remember the story that was told about that keep?
Yeah, I remember that. I mean, we met a very interesting encounter over there.
That's not.
How can I
that's not what I'm
forget?
t- That's not what that's not what I'm referring to. I'm referring to the story about what happened to that keep that made everyone abandon it. About how they were bewitched by a woman who, when they were done slaughtering each other, that woman had her way with the lone survivor, killed him, and took out his heart.
That's very true. But these people are missing more than just a heart. I mean, we could be dealing with a copycat. We could be dealing with the same woman. Look, I'm not ruling out the dead coming back, not after what happened out there this previous few days.
I think.
However, I am looking at this, and give me a second. I gotta view this. I found looks like I found something underneath there, next to his Bible here. So, Ralts, what do I find inside this book? Obviously, he's typing, but there's definitely some form of foul play going on here. Obviously, and I don't.
There you
think
go. It's a little long.
friends.
Sorry. It's a little long, but those are the last few entries. Let's see.
All right, you guys, Helga and Siegfried can sit there and discuss. I'm going to read this.
Okay, what did you ask, Siegfried?
No, I was just making an observation that I was being reminded of the story the story surrounding that keep about the woman who was found.
Right.
I have to.
Well, it would seem by reading this journal I found, he's a bit of a lonely man. And apparently that's something he complains about quite a bit. He's kind of jelly at others. But even this guy here, Luga, even his ugly ass can get a wife. I think you might be onto something about this woman at the keep.
I think if he's that lonely, he would jump at the chance at somebody tempting him.
Absolutely.
I want. I think I. It's, I think I should pay. I think I should pay. I want you two to keep an eye out around here. I'm going to go back to the. I'm going to go to the inn and see if I can get any sort of info regarding the blacksmith.
Sure thing. Meanwhile, I'll see if I can figure out how to do this etching of these runes into our stuff. I think I want to get that done as soon as possible. Anyway, even though I feel a little saddened by this. Let's actually hold on. Let's give this woman, or let's give this man his last rites at least. And you go back, report to the preacher. We'll stay. Me and Helga, we can stay here for a few.
I will do that. And shit, I zoomed out too fast. Had for dynamic lighting because that makes it a hell of a lot easier to find me.
Helga,
Yeah.
take a look at this. Some of these. It seems like I said this man was very lonely. He's complaining quite a bit. I don't even know what to say here.
Helga, are you gonna thumb through it?
Yes, I am. Do I need a knowledge check or anything?
I'll give you a die 20 roll. I got a nice little list here of things you can find in this.
Why? While Raltz does that, I gotta take care of something. I'll be right back.
Okay.
And I'm going to hold off on my stuff while Helga's doing that.
That was not good.
Yeah, maybe not. I think you're rolling on a table. I'm guessing you're typing routes?
Yeah.
Alright. Alright, I'll wait until that's all done with.
Oh, Helga. You just have shitty luck tonight. Because he describes it in lurid detail.
Oh my god!
You have such shitty
Oh
luck.
my god!
Yeah, you can hear Helga going, oh my god!
I can't even say it! I can't read this filth! Oh my god, that poor goat!
She throws the book on the floor. I can't read this filth on that poor goat.
Did he eat it after? Oh my god, this is horrible!
No, Marl is his neighbor.
Marl must have been so... What the hell? No! This is so wrong! I can't even. The world's first instance of I can't even. Oh!
Okay, Siegfried, what were you gonna do?
He got what he deserved!
Siegfried, what were you gonna do?
Well, the first thing I'm going to do is knock on the door.
Yes, the preacher answers. He's like, Lord Knight, how can I help you?
Okay, I'm back.
Okay,
Sorry about that.
You saw Helga scream, I can't read this filth, and she throws the journal on the floor and goes, oh my god, that poor goat!
Well, I didn't go that deep into it, but
Apparently
alright
he
then.
did! God damn!
God damn it, you made me laugh so hard.
Obviously, he was a lot lonelier than I thought.
My eyes are burning!
Still doesn't change the fact this man is dead. Alright,
God
Helga.
smote him down!
God
I want to be back in the nunnery!
God smote him.
Case closed! God finished him!
No, I think there's a little more to this than that.
Of course you
Look.
are, you're a man!
Just because I'm a man doesn't mean that I'm going to not. Never mind.
You
Actually,
struggle to end that sentence.
Well,
look,
of course,
we've all had our drunken nights with a goat.
No,
Okay.
speak for yourself. Oh my God! Is that why the chicken was following you?
I'm not one to judge. Okay.
What did you do to that poor chicken?
I didn't do anything to the chicken. I don't know what you're talking about.
Okay, Siegfried, you're asking the preacher to come with you to do your last rites, right?
I
You can hear Helga screeching all the way over here.
I can't be near any of you right now.
Well, I'm gonna go over here, and I want to look.
Hang on, I need to find out what Siegfried's doing.
Yes, and
I'm gonna
give
stand
me
by
a
over
moment
here.
because
Yes.
you motherfuckers made me laugh so hard I started getting. God damn it!
That's the worst thing ever.
God.
This is a family show.
Yes, that's why I didn't describe out loud what he did.
Oh, and here's where Nurgle gets banned from everything. Thank you, SDR45.
That's why we don't put the chat over there.
Absolutely. I wasn't gonna say that out loud,
Yeah.
Destroyer, but yeah.
Okay,
Nothing wrong with a little bit of goats.
I think I'm good.
I
think I'm good.
All respect for you people.
No. Fuck.
Look, point is, we ran
Hang on.
into.
There we go.
Go ahead.
No talking.
No.
God, I can't.
Father, I have some unfortunate news about your blacksmith.
What?
We found him.
Oh, thank the Lord.
I wouldn't be so thankful. I wouldn't thank him just yet. We found what was left of him and his dog.
Left. Oh my. Well, I suppose
Please
I
come.
should get. Give me a moment to gather my things, and I'll come along. Did he die inside the house or outside?
Inside, and his
Oh, dear.
dog as well.
I'm gonna
Oh,
go
dear.
ahead and cover this body up with this bed sheet.
All right, he does gather up a bunch of stuff. And he does order Carolus to go gather 3 young girls from the village that do not have Lilith bumps. And to bring them forth in their somber best.
Okay. Ramen, you're gonna hate me for making this joke, but do you know what the difference is between the Rolling Stones and a Scottish farmer?
Oh God.
God.
And Nurgle, I told you this joke last night.
Go ahead.
Rolling Stones say, "Hey, you, get off of my cloud." Scottish farmer says, "Hey, McCloud, get off of my you."
Oh, that's really awful.
And I will be right back because I need to get some water.
Well,
This
Alrighty
is not letting up.
Dad is not feeling well.
I don't know.
So-
It's a cold. It's been getting worse all night.
We will shut it down with, they are going to bury this guy right behind this log.
He doesn't even deserve that.
There is no consecrated ground to bury him on since the church was lost several decades ago. So all they can do is have the young girls without Lilith bumps pray over him during the afternoon. Which they do have 3 of the village girls.
Alrighty then.
Pray over him. I assume you guys are going to help bury him.
Of course, we'll pray for him. Helga, you're gonna help pray.
Nope. I say stake him out on a hill and pour honey on him and let the ants have him.
Every man deserves their last rites and to properly be buried. Especially, there is a... Given the nature of everything we've seen so far, there could be some dire consequences for not giving him his last rites.
Fine.
I don't know about you, but I don't feel like dealing with him later.
Fine. a sudden you're a stickler for the rules.
Well, you know what? Sooner or later, it seems like the rules are working in this place, so I think I'm gonna follow them.
All right, and we will shut it down here for the evening. As the sun sets and you guys hurry back to the inn.
All right. So I guess you'll teleport us back to the inn while we for the next session to begin.
Yeah.
All right, that works for me.
I'm gonna gather you guys up close together.
Okay. What the fuck did you tell Helga?
Oh man.
It was in that journal.
I'm gonna copy.
It was terrible. It was terrible.
Dying to know.
Okay. I'm back.
Welcome back.
What did I miss?
Oh
I
god,
pasted in the chat what Ralt sent me.
that was pretty good. I liked it.
I feel so dirty and so violated.
I would say this was a successful session number 4.
God damn.
Yeah, we're cutting a little early because Rama does not feel good, and it's been a stressful week for everybody.
Oh god, yes, it's going to be even more stressful for me next week, trust me. But we won't go into that.
Wait,
What?
I stepped